Y'all ready for this? What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode 173 of the Kind of Funny Gamescast. As always, I'm Tim Gettys, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Bonjour! It's the happiest time of year.
And joining us for his first ever E3 predictions episode, Jared Petty.
I am ready to predict some things.
Oh yeah, me too, man. You're a little over prepared to predict.
I am.
You misunderstood the instructions.
I did. I got the email and it's like pick 5 things for each of the 3 publisher press conferences and then 5 things for third parties. And unfortunately, I thought 5 things for third party was each third party press conference broken down. So I have way too many choices here, and we'll probably spend a lot of time going, which one?
It's part of the fun here. Part of the fun. We're
Yeah.
playing the games, you know what I mean? Rolling them dice, you know, like getting
Rolling
different hands
bones,
of cards.
they say.
I don't know.
I
All the different
I
things.
love this stuff. I'm not playing to win today. Not playing to win. I'm playing for
We'll get
fun.
into that in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kind of Funny Gamescast each and every week right here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. We talk about video games and all the things that we love about them. You can get the show every Monday at 9 a.m. But if you want to get it early, and trust me, you're going to want to get this one early. You can go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, and for just a couple bucks, you get to for $1 you get to watch live. Mm-hmm. For $10 you get to watch just at your leisure whenever you want.
You get the
video.
pre and post show.
You also get the pre and post show.
Watching live, you get it for pre and post too.
During this pre-show, did Kevin almost explode because all the technical things are going wrong?
Of course.
He did.
Yep.
Do you want to see it?
Did we also have heartfelt conversations about E3 and what it means for us, though?
Yeah, we did. We did. A lot of good stuff.
Did we also talk about the Undertaker's Instagram? You got him right. We did. Cool.
We did.
Yeah, that
we
all
did.
happened.
And speaking of Patreon, I want to give a shout out to our Patreon producer. You might have guessed it, Tom Bach.
Tom Bach!
Thank you very much for everything. And also, thank all of you guys. Right, Kevin? Yes. Thank you guys.
Does that technology still exist? I'm not sure.
Thank you very much for everything that you're doing. But now let's get right into it. E3, just around the corner. We are a week and a half away-ish.
By the time this goes up on YouTube, we are already in the throes of E3. Or no, well, I mean, no, that's not right. A week. We're
like,
wow. Oh, no.
Let me dial that one back. By the time this goes live on YouTube, you are less than a week from E3.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's
I know
what
it starts earlier every year, but
Yeah,
we're not
exactly.
quite there yet.
Yeah, they started on Monday now for the real thing.
So Jared alluded to this a second ago, but what we're going to do is each of us have 5 predictions.
Oh, these are the annual E3 predictions you're talking about
Annual
once again.
E3 predictions.
And the
here at
usual
Kinda
annual
Funny.
rules persist. What are they?
The rules are each one of us brings 5 different predictions to the table for Microsoft, for
A baker's
Sony,
dozen.
for Nintendo, and for third parties in general. Okay?
Pick and choose however you want.
But we each need to have a couple bonus ones in case one of us use them because we go around in a circle. We put out that prediction, and if somebody else, you can have a modifier on it, and that can change because then it turns into a bet between the two.
That's right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to move on using a different one of your predictions. And yeah, people have different play styles. Some of you might be familiar with me. I also added Gatorade Get Hyped moment.
Which don't count towards your
modifier.
prediction.
I mean, yeah, because that's the thing. If I get them right.
Yeah.
No, they don't count for the prediction.
They're just
but if
fun.
I get them right, then I automatically win because I get
And
what
you
I
just
want.
play to have fun in general, to get excited.
Yeah, but I like trying to have my predictions be rooted in reality, and the Gatorade Get Hype is where the just dreams come into play.
Sure.
But like last couple years, we had Year of Dreams 1, then we had Year of Dreams 2, then we had Year of Dreams 3. We're getting close to just the decade of dreams if we're not already living in it now.
When are you getting to your year of Luigi? That's what I want to know.
It already happened, man. We all lived it. We
Yeah,
lived
man.
the year of
I
Luigi.
waited for the year of the Yosh. I waited
Yeah,
day
the
in
year
and day
of
out,
Yosh.
and it never came. It never, we'll have some predictions about Yoshi later. We'll have
like to
to
hear.
wait and see.
Now, here's the one thing I want to float. Of course, this is your show. I don't mean to step on you. I've just been doing the annual predictions
away,
this way
Greg.
for a long, long time. If you're new to the Gamescast, it's your first E3 predictions, what's important to stress is this. The way the predictions work is you don't predict something you already know.
Right.
If I like stuff I know from Judges Week, I can't come in and be like, I predict this is going on, and like I know that's going to get announced, that's going to happen, that game exists. So anything you've learned ever before that's been confirmed isn't allowed unless, I mean, like you'd make the exception if you'd been. Well, no. Like anything if you can't come in and you've never talked about something before, come in and be like, this is the thing. This is the thing. You know what I mean? Like whatever.
And jumping off of that, just to get ahead of this,
Okay.
our friend Jared Petty used to work at EA.
Right.
So that means Jared Petty not making any predictions about EA.
Yeah.
I will not have it here on this
Right.
Kind of Funny
Right,
Gamescast.
right.
That's good.
Okay?
Yeah.
And when we're talking about if we have EA
I have EA
predictions,
stuff, yeah.
me too, then he will not be able to contribute to that conversation, just so you understand why he's being quiet.
I shall abstain.
And so I'll tell you, in terms of, man, it's hard to predict around stuff you know. What a tough year it's been.
Between stuff we know and fucking leaks left and right.
Well, leaks, I mean, can still be pulled into
leaks,
a thing because are they real? Are they not? But
anytime I saw a leak, if I pulled it in here, I added a modifier to because I like doing the whole like this and this, but
you want
this.
the points, the 0.5, the 0.25.
And it's funny because Colin used to play for the points.
Yeah.
I play to lose the points. I want to play where it's like, I want to be watching it and I'm like a gameplay trailer that includes a release date.
I got a few of those in here too.
What's the Greg Miller strategy though? Are you playing to win or are you playing to, what are you playing?
I want to win, but I don't, it's not like a big
As
deal.
to what?
I mean, I can't remember who won last year.
I don't know.
Oh, I did. Oh, you know, because I just tweeted it. Right. Okay. I won last year. I put out the graphic pointing out that I had won. But I mean, it's all in good fun. I don't care. But it's more the fact that I want to make predictions that sounds plausible. Like, that's a plausible thing of like, okay, that would be fun if that happened.
Well, I'm going to approach this from a place of grounded positivity.
Okay.
Things I really want to happen, but that might actually occur.
I got one coming up here that I'm stoked about because I'll save it for when we get there.
So what I decided to do is I want to go in order of the press conferences as they air in terms of us giving predictions. We get a little bit weird with the third parties because they're interspersed.
But
so
EA
we're just gonna EA's the first one. So we're starting off,
third parties.
ladies and gentlemen. We're about to begin our third party predictions. Greg, I want to start with you.
Fuck. Okay, I was not ready for that because I have 7 here. You know what I mean? For PlayStation, I have 11. I'll pick the 5 that I actually want to put out there as my starting lineup, right? Here's where I'm going to start with. Because I got some doozies in here. I got some fun ones too that we'll eventually give it all away, right? But here's where I'm going to start. Fallout Shelter 2 or another Fallout mobile game is announced, released immediately, and ties into Fallout 76's progression.
All right.
I think it'll. I don't.
Yeah, I like that last bit. That makes it fun.
Had that one on my list.
I don't know if it'll be Fallout Shelter 2. I bet it won't be. It'll be just another mobile game of some kind. But it will be very clear of like, here's what Fallout 76 is. We have this other game to get you excited about.
Fallout 69.
Anyways, you do that and you earn some currency or something or some resource you can use when you come out of the
like
vault.
some kind of like base building, like XCOM, where the parts of Fallout 76 you're playing on your console are ones where you're going out and doing the action segments and the combat, and then the parts where you're doing on your phone are like the base building segments of XCOM where you're
you
doing
figure that's the way that would make it
like
sense.
That.
And I don't know, maybe it could even be Fallout Shelter DLC or an add-on, right? In the way that we're giving you Fallout, or I'm sorry, we're giving you Vault 76 in Fallout Shelter. You build it, whatever earning things that's where you'll start. Because you're just going to get there, okay, cool, we got to go out and tame the new world and go out. What if you get to go out with better guns, better supplies, you've already earned stat points, so you have, encumbrance isn't going to be as big an issue.
What if they tweaked it so that you have the downloadable game, it's free, and then instead of being able to buy boosts or things like that, what you can buy are entirely and exclusively cosmetic items. But those cosmetic items manifest not just in your mobile game, but on the console.
Yeah.
That you can only get them that way. So if you're playing on your phone, you get the Santa hat, you've got it on your phone, but you also show up in 76 on your console with the hat. Everybody can see it, but the only way to get it is play on the phone.
Yeah, that, I feel like even outside of the cosmetic, put a cap on it, right? Of like, you can start with 3 extra special points.
Yeah.
To go in and apply to your character however you want. That's what I think I see happening. That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Jared,
Yes, my friend.
your turn. Third party prediction number 1.
Third party prediction number 1. This is just pulling this out of nowhere, out of desire.
Okay.
After the tragic misstep of a few years ago, Square Enix surprises us with an announcement of a new Thief game.
Huh.
They're not giving up on it.
They don't give up on it.
Wow.
They look at that and they say, nope, there's still merit and value to that idea. We can, in this post-Metal Gear world, produce a stealth adventure game that can draw people in.
So that's your prediction. So this doesn't count. Like this question I'm asking you, you'll get it right whether or not this is right. Who's developing it?
I didn't pick a dev for it. Oh, what's the Polish studio that was doing the shooter recently? Oh, I've forgotten their names right now. They're working on a
Call of Juarez, guys?
No. I can't remember their names right now. My brain died.
Techland?
I should have. Nope, it's not Techland either.
The Just Cause?
You know
guys
what?
are you talking about?
No, that's not who I'm talking about. I can't remember right now, and I don't have my phone. Sorry. I'm blanking on the name of a studio at the moment. I'm bad at my job. I apologize.
Yeah, not real. It's not a real thing.
I should have known that.
That's a good one.
I don't know who develops
That'd be That would be a surprise. I don't think that's likely. Do you?
I don't
Greg?
think it's like
Not a chance in hell.
Yeah.
No, but I
Not
want
a
it to
chance.
happen.
Yeah, what I originally opened my phone and then got distracted because Andy's texting me about the video. This is just me being stupid, but this is what I was going to check. Did the last Thief game from Arcane come from Square?
Wasn't it Square that did the last Thief game? I thought so. I thought they published it.
Wasn't? I'm okay. It might be. That's what I can't
I could
remember.
just be wrong.
I'm on it.
I'm not a thief.
I'm on it.
I thought Square published that.
I'm on it.
So I might just have the worst prediction ever here. Wow,
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
thought
cool.
Square published it,
Thief
yeah.
is okay. Developed.
Yeah.
It was developed by Eidos Montreal, published by Square Enix, released in February 2014.
I thought it was
I
that.
was wrong.
That's okay, don't
I
worry
jumped to
about it.
Arcane, thinking it was
No,
Arcane.
and why can't I remember the name of the studio? They were literally just announced that they were working on a shooter style game for Square like 2 weeks ago, and that's where I first got the genesis of this idea. But I've forgotten the name of the studio.
You can use my phone if you want.
Yeah, I will actually. Okay. Hold on.
What's
My
yours,
first
Tim?
one. My first one. Kingdom Hearts 3, release date revealed. And now here is where I was like, I don't know. Is it going to be October or is it going to be November? I'm going to put my bet down November. And now here's where the prediction comes into play. It will not be delayed.
It's actually going to hit.
It's going to hit in November.
All right.
I know that we might not know it. We won't be able to confirm this till November.
Sure.
But that's my prediction.
See, my prediction would be everything. Well, it's not, but I mean, what I would do with yours is say all of that except for the fact that it'll get pushed to December.
You think?
I mean, if they say November, I think, we need just a few more weeks to make this perfect.
Ugh.
Who are you thinking about? Oh, the Bulletstorm
can fly.
people.
Yeah,
Right.
people can fly.
So here's my thing about Kingdom Hearts. Me and you, Greg, we went down there. We got to play it. We got to
Hands-on.
talk to some people.
Balls
we got to
on.
hear people talk in multiple languages. And the talk that they gave really didn't make me feel like this game was done.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm like, am I playing with fire here? Yeah, I am. But it's time to shoot it off the pot. It's
All
a
right.
magical pot.
So that's what you're choosing.
That's what I'm choosing.
All right.
November. Won't get delayed.
Brave commitment.
KH3.
Back to me.
Yes.
The Division 2 is set in London.
Whoa.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll send us back to New York. We know
Yeah.
New York so well from the Division 2. And so then I started bopping around. Where are you going to put it? What's a major city? And I was like, oh, they'll put it in Canada. I say nothing ever happens in Canada. And I was like, wait, what city would you put it in Canada? Nobody knows any of those cities well enough. I'm like, we've already done New York. Chicago, Watch Dogs already did Chicago. San Francisco's just been done by Watch Dogs 2. LA's overdone by GTA.
You don't want to besmirch the grand city of Montreal? I mean, come on.
I just did. Yeah, no, they're not going there for sure.
right.
I thought London doesn't get enough love in games anymore, and that would actually shake it up. It would be a very different visual style, which I appreciate.
Yep.
And I don't with accents, which I'm always a big fan of. But I just feel like put us into a completely foreign, different place. I don't know.
that.
We'll see, but I feel like that's what the Division 2's got to have up its sleeve at some point, right? It's got to look entire. I mean, one of the big knocks against Destiny is reusing the same places for Destiny 2, right? And all their DLC. So if you were to come out with the Division 2, try to set this something different. I know this wasn't a blow your knickers off, as they say.
I know I like this because it's a known entity. We know Division 2 is happening.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we don't know too much about it. I like this little fun little something.
Seems like a spectacular thing. You use the London Tube for all kinds of underground
Exactly.
stuff.
And that's the thing,
yeah.
right? Is that it has what you can take what worked in Division 1 and all the different ideas and just apply it to London, but it'll be different enough of how, double-decker buses you're taking cover on, using the palace and stuff. Like there's a bunch
Sneaking
of cool
around inside
landmarks.
London Bridge looking for Easter eggs.
Yeah,
It could be
yeah.
really cool. I like that. Tower of London stuff. Oh, that could be great. Yeah, love that London. That's a good idea, Greg.
Number 2 for you, Jared.
I wrote this before the Fallout 76 announcement, but I'm going to go with it anyway because it's fun and I want it to happen. Bethesda, at their press conference, reveals an original new IP. Something not
Starfield?
related. Something not related to anything we've seen before. A brand new Bethesda game.
Could that include the Starfield game?
Sure.
Okay.
If that helps me win, yes.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
That will help you win.
That if it's just going to be a new IP from Bethesda?
Yeah. A
Yeah.
new IP from Bethesda revealed at this conference. Is that too broad? I
No,
almost feel
no,
like
you can
that-
do whatever you want.
That's perfect.
I kind of feel
You
like
can
with that
take
one.
the cowardly guesses
Nah, I
and
don't,
earn easy points.
I don't think that's
claim
cowardly.
you don't want to win.
I think at a third-party conference for a single, studio. I mean, Bethesda, yes, they branch out, but it's effectively at one of the smaller development houses in some ways. I think that saying a whole new IP is fair.
I think it's fair. I'm just fucking around trying to get you to screw up so I get more points.
All right.
Splinter Cell is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft's bringing it back. And now the little thing I'm putting on there, it's going to be more open world than people want. And there's going to be a lot of bitching about it.
Oh.
Now, my get hyped...
Are you like Metal Gear 5 open world?
Ubisoft version of Metal Gear Solid 5 type open world where people are like, this isn't what we want. Like, that'll be the response. My get hyped moment, if we're bringing back Ubisoft stuff, obviously Prince of Persia. Let's fucking go, boys. But, like, that's not a real prediction.
Like that.
What do you got on Splinter Cell?
I don't know if I want it to make my starting lineup. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Now, bets can just come.
Oh, okay.
I want to introduce the bet aspect to the game of if you have like a different version of the same prediction.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that different. So now it's just a bet. Now,
Yeah.
this is not one of my official guesses.
No.
Just making sure then. All right, cool. Splinter Cell. This was it. Mine says Splinter Cell is back. It's not Sam Fisher in the trailer. The male protagonist is black. I think this is a full on, and I don't want to throw out reboot because I could see it being I could see what I lose points on. Obviously, this is me playing percentages, right? It's
fun.
Maybe it's a Asian female protagonist. Maybe it's a worm. Who knows? Maybe Earthworm Jim is the fucking Splinter Cell guy.
Doubtful, but
I
maybe.
could see it being that it's a new character. This goggles, takes him off, new character, fucking ninja moves, doing the shit, fucking getting into this, shooting out lights. It's amazing. And then at the very end, he goes back and like, here's where hold on to your ass, hold on to your dick. He comes back afterwards, and it's fucking Batman Beyond, basically, where Sam Fisher turns around in the big chair, and he's old as shit with a cane, and he's like, all right, you did great, kid. We're taking, I forget who he works for, the Coalition or whatever the fuck it is.
I got chills. Get
Right?
fucking
I
hyped.
play
I'm
that.
into that.
Right? If
play
they
that.
went and they did this whole cool Splinter Cell thing with a new guy, and you're like, oh, cool, it's a reboot. They're doing something totally different. This person looks nothing like Sam. That's great. But then you get to the end, and he's basically in the
love it.
Batcave.
Sidebar: how many times in this trailer, from beginning to end,
Sure.
from fading out black to black, do we hear?
The first time. That's what that's what it is when it's like me. Yeah, like the dude. Maybe they even toy around with it where you're like, is this a fucking Batman game from Ubisoft? Where it's like the hands take the guy in the darkness, you're and they turn around, and it's just like what, or like the lights all explode out.
How does he sneak around with an apparatus that is both so bright and so noisy?
It's so dark, you just can't see it.
Is that
You
what
know?
it is?
Yeah,
Despite the fact that
totally.
he has glowing eyes and
No, I
constantly going,
can't talk to you about that.
everywhere he goes. All right.
Oh, I like that.
Right? That's one of those things of, God, I don't know if that won't happen, but what if it happened?
did?
What if it fucking happened?
Dude,
Sam
that's a
Fisher's
get high moment,
so
dude.
sick of the world fucking him over. He's like, all right, cool, I'm starting my own ragtag thing with one guy or whatever.
Okay, that's
Jared.
really cool. All right.
Are we working backwards now?
Oh, wait.
Because that was a bet.
Oh, that was
wasn't-
mine.
That
My
wasn't-
bad,
that
my
wasn't
bad.
one of my
Right,
things.
yeah,
That
yeah,
wasn't
right.
my
Wait a
things.
minute.
Right.
Okay.
All right, what do we got here?
I got, again, some good ones in here. This is, here, I'll do it. You know what? I'll get out there with you guys. You guys keep hitting dingers over the fence, just hanging out here having fun. You know what I want?
Yeah.
This is a returning bet from last year. Because I will continue to say it until it's a reality. At one of these third-party fucking conferences, The Rock will be announced to be in a video game.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
The Rock has conquered television now with Ballers. He's the biggest movie star going. He has to want to be in a video game. He was at the Game Awards, made the joke about Spy Hunter and Game Informer, which is brilliant. Like he sells shit.
Yeah.
Like somebody in EA, on one of my other predictions, this can kind of play into, but I'll leave it there. I think people, EA, even at Ubisoft to an extent, you know what I mean?
yeah.
The deep-pocketed people,
Yeah.
they've got the reason to be like, you know what we want to do? We want to get the Rock
Rabbits
involved.
need a
in
new
with it.
voice.
I'm just hoping it's a THQ game and it's Jumanji the movie, the game.
God. Can you imagine?
There's some layers to that shit.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But what if there was a THQ Nordic press conference?
It'd just be entirely Game Boy Advance
Jesus
titles.
God.
Oh my God. All right, Jared.
All right. For this third one here, looking down, a lot to choose from, but I think it's time to make a bold new prediction, my friend. Bolder than it seems. Going to Ubisoft, along with you. Ubisoft, ubiquitous software. Just Dance 2019 breaks tradition and finally is not available for Wii.
Oh.
Okay.
Original Wii.
Okay.
Might be on
Okay.
Wii U still. I don't know.
Okay.
But
I didn't know where
finally,
you were going with that.
Yeah.
for the first time ever, Just Dance 2019, not on Wii.
Last year's was on the Wii?
Yep.
They know where their bread is buttered.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
Okay.
Just Dance 2019, not available for Wii.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, they did it last year.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think it's time to
this
let
is-
that
I'm
one
going to
go.
say it's going to be available on Wii.
Oh, that's a bet.
That's a fucking bet.
What are we betting?
I don't know. We'll figure out the bets later.
Fun times.
I'm going to say Tony Hawk Skate at EA.
Can you fucking imagine? We've heard you. You guys
Hashtag
want
Skate 4,
Skate back.
blah, blah,
but
blah.
here's the problem, ladies
It's too
and gentlemen.
soon.
You can't have a Skate game without Tony Hawk. And he comes in, does 900, and everyone's like, ah!
The biggest issue I have, there's two issues. One, I'm not sure that Skate, like they've done it with Mirror's Edge, so I think that they're willing to be like, oh, fine, we'll fucking make you happy. And EA is in a position where they have to try to make people happy.
Yeah.
So there's that. The Tony Hawk aspect is the thing that I'm most interested in because I feel like it'd be a great idea. And also, and that's not to say that I think that they're going to change Skate to play like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. No, it's going to play like Skate featuring Tony Hawk. He's been so upset with Activision recently, but I think that might be too recent for this to be a real thing. Although,
What if they already
Skate
working
4
on
was
Skate?
already been
Yeah.
a thing, and then
Is it 4 or 3?
4.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If Skate 4 was already been being worked on, and then Tony Hawk gets involved
Yeah.
later, and they're like, we can just tweak some things. I think that could be possible. So I'm gonna say it. Tony Hawk Skate.
Okay. Jared, just stay under there. Mine's an EA one next to anyway. So my next one is this, Tim. My number 4, right? Yeah, one of them's too safe. One of them's too fun. Here's what I think actually, after I said The Rock and started explaining it,
Yeah.
here's where I fucked myself. No, this is my next prediction. I'm putting it out there.
Okay.
EA talks about the success of Longshot and Madden and debuts a trailer for the new story mode. It doesn't look as cool, still has a big name actor in it. This, once I started talking about The Rock being in it, this makes so much more sense for next year. That Longshot returns to Madden and The Rock is the fucking star of it. Because, hey, Rock, look at this story mode that got so much love. That isn't a huge commitment from how much we need from you, how much we want from you, blah, 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 blah. Probably makes it more affordable, I would assume, too. And then actually gives them time to iterate on this. Because, of course, they're on like a 9-month dev cycle, so I'm sure they put out story mode hoping people would like it. Oh, shit, people really like it. Do we have a story mode ready to go? Who knows? But I'm sticking with it.
Cool.
I've said it.
Fair.
It's out there.
Big Jared.
All right, coming out from underneath the blanket for a second here. So now we're entering, I've done some kind of out there ones here. This one a little more grounded, I think. At some point during the Square press conference, there is mention of the Space Invaders 40th anniversary.
Oh.
During the Square conference?
Because Square owns Title.
They own them now.
40th anniversary of one of the most important video games ever, happening this year. Maybe it's just a stupid download sticker. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's even a little mobile game or some kind of download exclusive. But some kind of mention during their press conference of the 40th anniversary of Space Invaders.
I don't think there's a chance at hell.
He's not crazy. Space Invaders 40th anniversary. You're Square. You're throwing a press conference. I'm sure this gets in. We only have one more prediction after this. You have two, I guess. But like, they have big stuff, but you still need, if you're going to pad out a full press conference, and maybe I'm thinking too old school because Bethesda doesn't pad out theirs, right? We're going to be less than 30 minutes. We're going to come out and show you much, but I don't know. I don't think it's crazy.
Square has so much though between the Western and the Japanese stuff.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like, you're overthinking it. What if it is just, hey, it's like Pac-Man Championship Edition or whatever? Because they've done good versions of Space Invaders. There was one.
Space Invaders Extreme is.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, right?
So
I loved that. I loved that one.
Space Invaders Extreme.
How far
is
along ago was
truly great. That was DS era. It was also in Vita PSP and a bunch of places. It was on console. But recently, nobody played it. But Arkanoid versus Space Invaders on mobile is superb.
Really?
Like it's one of the best new arcade games I've played in years.
Okay.
It's like a lost treasure.
Taking a step back,
Take it back.
for 1 second. This is just me. I feel like I missed something. Space Invaders owned by Atari?
No, Space Invaders was developed by Taito. Japanese company that produced a lot of different arcade games. It's recognized in America as an Atari game because it was ported to the Atari 2600, and that was the killer app for the 2600 that had it break through.
So then Square bought
Spare bought Taito, and now it's kind of a boutique label for Square. But it's just really, if you go to a Taito arcade in Japan to this day, which Square owns.
Taito.
Yeah, Taito.
Got it. Yes. Okay.
And if you go to one, you'll see the Space Invader guy up in the national consciousness in Japan, still kind of associated with
And that's
video
my
games.
thing of why I think this makes sense. For Westerners, man, and I've reviewed like the Taito collection and shit at IGN back in the day. It's like, okay, whatever, but I know how important Space Invaders and Taito still is in Japan. That 40th anniversary, they've got to have something.
Maybe just bring it. Yeah, I'm not expecting like a new game or anything. I'd love to see something, but I think
You
it's
just say to
much,
mention. Okay.
yeah, maybe even just a reissue and maybe Space Invaders Extreme for a new console or for Switch or something like that.
I'd take it. I would take it.
That's a great game.
Yeah.
My next one. There's been rumblings of this over the
rumbly
last couple
tumbly.
of years in a bunch of different places, and I feel like it's bumped around a bit. But I'm gonna say it. A Guardians of the Galaxy game announced at one of the third parties, and like I'm gonna put out there, I think it's likely at Ubisoft, Bethesda, or Square.
You're just listing every third party.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying the Guardians of the Galaxy game will be announced. And I'm not talking a Telltale type thing. I'm talking like it's going to be a big deal for one of the big deal third parties.
Sure. Do you want your bet?
Yeah.
You're wrong. It'll be next year. It's going to be Square.
Okay.
There's already been, the rumblings have been that, it's Crystal Dynamics working with Eidos Montreal and
but then there was rumblings that bumped over to Ubisoft with stuff.
Oh, really? I never heard those. I only ever heard that one.
And I do feel like it's a little weird with the Avengers game as well. But I also feel like the Marvel games are kind of playing catch up right now where it's like, yeah, Spider-Man's coming soon.
Sure.
But I feel like these things need to start being announced to like get going.
I hear you, but I think here's what my counter to that even is the fact that I feel it'll be next year because that'll have given Spider-Man, because it's all Marvel games, right? Marvel Games is tied up in all this, and Marvel Games, again, Bill Roseman and team doing a great job over there of shepherding this brand and rebuilding it. Of cool, Spider-Man's gonna be a big deal at PlayStation, right? Maybe my next prediction is about Avengers. That could get a big deal here.
Yeah.
And then next year, even more about Avengers. And that's why with Spider-Man now out of the chamber, your next console one can be Guardians.
Yeah.
And they make a big deal about debuting Guardians next time around. Yeah.
What kind of games would you like Guardians to be?
I don't know.
Top-down, third-person shooter.
I feel like it's the easy answer, just a third person.
Okay. Like adventure
Action
or
adventure
action
game.
Is it? Well, yeah. It's got to be... It's got a Guardians to be done well. I feel needs to be Uncharted. Put us as Quill and make us go that way and make it very like linear and make it beautiful.
In my head,
funny.
it's Uncharted.
Yeah, and funny. Yeah.
In my opinion, it's Uncharted, but with multiple playable characters that play differently. So yeah, Peter Quill plays like Nathan Drake, but then Rocket plays differently. And it keeps jumping back and forth between the main
Team
guys.
games are so hard, which is why it's going to be really fascinating to see what they do with Avengers.
The best analogy I can think of is something like in the vein of Brutal Legend, almost. Just a kind of a rad synergy of an action game and a comedy that's there just as much for the jokes as anything else.
Sure. Okay. My turn for my fifth and final for third parties.
All right.
I have two left in the chamber. Do you want safe or do you want fun?
Oh my goodness.
You tell me.
Why don't you give us safe and then give us your get hypey fun one?
Oh, sure. Okay. Safe then, the real prediction is, of course, Avengers gets a trailer at the Square conference. No gameplay is shown, but the action confirms some of the characters.
Now, here's a question I have for you.
Yeah.
Is it at the Square conference?
Yes, it is.
It's not Microsoft?
No.
It's not Sony?
No. I think...
Really?
Yeah. Why, again, you're Square and you have this conference now.
They had a conference 2 years ago and 3 years ago, and it wasn't like that.
I feel they want to go big. You know what I mean? Now...
I don't know, man.
I don't think you look at that conference as a model for what you want to do going forward.
That's true, but they're Square, dude. They're Square.
I'll let you know where my head's at with this one. All right, because you make good points, of course. Square, of course, after Microsoft. So it goes Microsoft, Square, Sony. Not the same day, but I'm talking about his timetable.
Yeah.
That is a wrinkle.
But no, hear me out, is that I think with Sony being so, hey, it's these 4 first-party games, and of course we'll have Indian third-party there. I don't feel, and I think they have Spider-Man. I think that they don't want it to be overloaded with superheroes, and I don't think Square wants to let that go. And so I think Sony's too crowded, and they don't think it fits the portfolio for what they're building this year. Square, I think, wants to have a nice splash. We're more than just Tomb Raider. We have other stuff going on here that you should be excited about, right? Microsoft, I think we've talked about it privately, where I was saying for a long time about this. Even though my long-standing prediction, it will come up later, of Rocksteady being at Microsoft, right? And I put different changes on and stuff. The rumors about Superman, this game, continuing so, like today they're heating up, where is it going to be in Game Informer's next cover and all this shit, and it's just like, fucking, I can't take this. I can't take this. Don't do this to me. But even those rumors had enough for a prediction chilling effect on me, where I was like, all right, I got to get Avengers. I don't think Avengers can be in the same conference as Superman. And so, even though I don't think that's gonna happen, and maybe I just don't want to believe it. Maybe I won't believe this fucking game exists till I see it. I moved Avengers to Square and said that's where they'll do the first trailer.
I want to live in a world where the Avengers trailer is at the Square Enix press conference, because that would make that conference another fuck of the year.
Well, I think that's what they want to go for, right?
I don't know, man. Like that's not the Square I've ever known.
Well, but it's a long-term. They haven't, they've backed off, and now you come in and you make a big splash. And what that means is people come in next year, not going, Square conference, going, Square conference.
And that's the things that sounds great, but like the conference 3 years ago when me and Greg went through it on that Games Daily when they announced, it was good, dude.
I do.
It had so much. When you break it down like line by line of what was shown, there was so much cool shit that ended up happening.
Presented so badly.
Presented horribly. Presented absolutely horribly. But, and I also just feel like they didn't like build it as a conference, which they are this time. So, I don't know. You're making me rethink.
The other juggling effect to all this.
No, dude, no. Avengers has to be at one of the big ones. It has to.
I think Square makes sense. I'm kind of with him on this.
I can see, this is one, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. Avengers, I think, has to be at E3 this year, right? There has to be something for it. Mm-hmm. My other thought process on it would be, if they don't have enough, does it make sense to show at a PlayStation or an Xbox? If this isn't gameplay and confirmation of what this fucking game is, if it is just another cinematic, but it is Cap throwing the shield and fucking Doctor Doom grabbing it, and I'm like, that would be cool, but is it cool enough for those guys if they have a whole bunch of other games that are coming out and we're going to show this stuff? Microsoft wants gameplay and this and that. Yeah, I don't know. I can easily see it at Microsoft. The chilling effect of Superman has pushed it, and I've been so locked in since like January on my fucking Rocksteady prediction for Microsoft. I'm just sticking to it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like with the trailer, it doesn't matter. Like I think that Microsoft would be very happy to have just a cinematic trailer if that's what they could get.
Yeah, probably.
Because it's Avengers and...
Yeah, no, I know. Avengers is Avengers is Avengers. The one that this is not an official prediction.
Oh, yeah.
This was just because I love it and it's fun. Jared, you might want to cover your head.
Okay.
EA. Road fucking Rash is back with a dope ass trailer, and I will beg for this game for the rest of my goddamn life.
I'd be so in just because it's dumb. I'm into that. That'd be fucking great.
We need a Road Rash bad. All right, Jared, you're back.
All right, come back up here. All right, my final prediction is going to be dictated a little bit by conference scheduling here. I want to ask a question to you, Tim. Which comes first? I believe it's that the Ubiquitous Software Conference precedes Nintendo's.
Oh, yeah, Nintendo's last.
Right, they're last. So that's probably going to decide what happens here. Because if Ubisoft were after, that's when I think we'd be seeing the reveal of the Rabbids and Smash Brothers roster at the Ubisoft. Yes,
in Smash.
Nope. But it's not going to happen at their
chance.
because Ubisoft is coming first, and Nintendo's going to want to show Smash off first. So it's not going to happen. However, I do think the Rabbids are going to end up in Smash Brothers.
No.
And while I'm tempted,
now, real quick, what I want to ask you, Jared.
Yeah,
because I like where your head's at with all this fucking third party and everybody's just having sex with each other. Would you settle for the Rabbids just being a stage, or do you need the Rabbids to be playable?
Rayman's going to be the character if Ubi gets a rep.
I think
here's my thing is
they have a better chance of getting in the game than Rayman.
Wow.
Yep.
No.
I think the Rabbids have a better chance of being a stage, Like it could just be Mario Cross Rabbids Kingdom Battle stage.
I can see them as an assist trophy.
I think as far as the world is concerned, when you take whole world market, internal at Ubisoft, all the rest, I think the Rabbids are a bigger deal to a worldwide audience than Rayman is.
You're right.
And that's what makes me
I don't
think
think
they're
Sakurai
the
gives
characters.
a fuck about that.
Yep, I think they're the characters. That's my guess. So it's not going to be that, though, because... And as much as I'm tempted to take an easy one and say at least one person in an animal costume at the Ubisoft conference.
That is an easy one.
That's an
like
easy
that.
one there. I'm going to have my real one and my fake one here, if that's okay.
Yeah.
My real one is Child of Light on Switch,
Oh, okay.
because I want it to happen,
Yeah.
and I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And that's a great game.
They insist on putting that game on everything. So yeah, probably.
And not only, but it's a game that I don't think nearly enough people played. It's really, really cool. That's a nice, easy one. But what I'm hoping for with all my heart is Steep 2, Steeper. The second game in the Steep trilogy.
Okay. In the Steep trilogy.
That's right. Was the final
Then
game Steep
obviously
3,
Tokyo
Steepest.
Drift. Oh.
Steep
oh.
3, Steepest.
Oh, okay.
But no, Steep 2.
Steep
that's-
3 is spelled, the E's are 3s though, right?
What's that?
Steep 3, the E's are 3s.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I
yeah,
love
Steep
that.
3, Steepest. Maybe a Z at the end, too. But no, Steep 2, Steeper is my fake guess. But yeah, Child of Light. I'm going to take a nice easy one. Child of Light at Switch. I guess that's kind of that might be a little too lame, isn't it?
No, I like that. I like
All right,
that. That's
yeah.
good.
That's a game I actually think would be great for Switch. It's a
Yeah.
short RPG. You can play it on the go really well.
My last
Is it
one.
just too old though?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I don't think so because the way that game was stylized, it's very pretty.
No, don't get me
even
wrong.
now.
It's pretty. I just feel like I remember when it came to Vita or PlayStation 4, whatever its last PlayStation appearance. Even that, I was like, oh, this is later, but hey, it's still getting here fun.
I don't have a look at their internals, but I get a feeling a lot of people never played this that probably would really enjoy it. I don't think it got around very much, even though we all talked about it. I don't think a lot of people actually got their hands on it. Okay. So I think it's ideal for Switch.
My final one. It's a Bethesda one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And now I have two written down. And I don't know which one I want to go with. I want to say both of them. Don't give me any reactions or anything because I'm not trying to cheat.
Don't react.
here,
All right,
don't react, Jared.
I'm just putting it out. I have Doom 2 set for 2019 or Elder Scrolls 6 tease. So I'm trying to decide.
Don't react, Jared.
I'm trying to decide
Don't
which
look
one I'm going
Marion.
to go with. I'm going to go with Doom 2.
That's a smart choice. That
I'm
was a
gonna go
smart
with
choice.
Doom 2.
Yeah, that was on my list. and I
Doom
was like,
2 with the 2019
yeah.
Hyper stylized trailer, all this
Yep.
fucking gore,
Yeah.
bloodshed, and then 2019, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
That's it.
Yep. I'm with you, man.
That's a good one.
Yeah, there's absolutely going to be a Doom 2.
Hell yeah.
E3 is the show, I'm not sure, but the timing's perfect for a 2019 reveal.
I think it's time. Prey 2 is the only thing, or not Prey, fucking Rage 2
Yeah.
is the only thing that I'm like, oh, I don't know how close
interesting
you want those
point.
next to each other.
Yeah.
But I think that there's something different about sequels. Like Rage is different because of how long it's been. But with Doom, announcing the second one, it doesn't need to be and it's out in 3 months type situation. You can't just be like, Doom 2's coming.
Yeah. And you want to
You
do
know?
an American reveal for Doom. You just do. You
Oh,
want
yeah.
it to be an American-centric show. And
So yeah, that's what I got. All right, so the next up, we have Microsoft.
Tim, this is so much fun. By the way, this is just so much
fucking
fun.
love this,
I
man.
loved it. I'm having a great time.
Do you want to cycle back the other way? So you
No,
start this one?
I like it. Just
Oh, you like the
yeah. I like the risk. You know
Then
what
I
mean?
have to say the one that
Go
I've
for
been
it.
saying since was it January? I feel like it's been that long, if not longer.
I think it's been dude. Games Daily.
But I'm
every day.
gonna put definitely asterisks on here so I can or can't lose points or cannot lose points. Rocksteady is gonna debut its new game on Xbox's stage. It is not the Superman game.
Oh damn it!
I want you to know that I've literally dreamed about this. I've dreamed about E3 2018 in the past few nights, and I'm crying at this desk. And if it happens, I will cry at this desk when they announce. It looks good. I mean, if it comes out, it looks like trash. I'm fucked. But it's not the Superman game. There's no release date or window or anything shared on stage.
Wow.
Oh,
So it's
that's
just a
it.
trailer. It's just an announcement trailer.
For something that's not Superman.
Yeah, Rocksteady's debuts his new game. It is not Superman. No release date / window is shared on stage.
See, I can't make this a bet against you because it doesn't exactly go against that. But I was like, yeah, obviously Rocksteady, Microsoft. But I was like, but what is it?
I like how
going
you
to
say
be?
obviously, just because I've said this enough that I've willed it into being reality.
But we've talked about this for like, Microsoft
that's
needs
what
to
I'm
bring the
saying.
heat.
Yeah,
It's
they
that
need to
has
do
to
it.
happen.
And that's a great point. We talked over that lines because
Yeah.
somebody wrote into Games Daily like, why are you so sure this is going to happen? They need to bring
They
the
need
heat.
to fucking
they
bring
need
it.
to come out and be like, we still
Yeah.
got our mojo. Here's fucking
They got
Rocksteady.
it. They fucking got it. And so my thing is, what game is it going to be? Because I'm going to say it. I don't necessarily think this is the right answer, but I'm going to say it.
What do you think?
It's a Batman game.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I had originally been saying that, right? That I thought it would still be not an Arkham game, but it's still in some kind of
Some type
Batman,
of Batman
universe
game.
shit. But I've backed off that since then, just because I feel like that we would have heard. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's so
that
much-
was my first prediction, but
I hate that this is happening, that there is just so many rumors swirling around a developer I already fucking love and know so well and like am so into, right? But just the fact of then it's literally the property I want more than of Superman,
Yeah.
of anything else in
Yeah.
the world to be there. And like, remember, and I always give them shit on Twitter about what they're working on. They're like, oh, don't worry, we do milestones all the time. And there was that one Kegerator photo that they
Yeah.
put on. And I said, what are you wearing? And they put ... And I was like, oh, that's a funny response. And then everyone on Reset Era and Reddit is like, ... in Morse code is an S. And I'm like,
Yes.
fuck!
Yes.
Can't I just, even when I get a blow off answer for them, can't it
Oh my
just be
God.
bullshit? And it's
Yeah.
like, fuck.
I hope you get it, Greg.
This is the one eating me alive.
Okay,
Yeah.
this isn't one of my predictions because I've got my own list here, but
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in. As much as I love Superman almost as much as you do,
Yeah.
and I think everybody in the universe recognizes it's time for a good Superman
Yeah.
game. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say
You think it is?
I think it's a Superman.
That's
game.
a bet. You just put a bet out there.
Okay,
All right,
I'll put a bet out there. I think it's a Superman game.
It's like so on so many levels. There's so many emotions to it. But on like the personal level, it's like fuck, I fucked up. If it's a Superman game and I never put out my Superman pitch because nobody will care once Rocksteady's behind it. So it's like from a content perspective for us, I hope it's not. So then I can make that video after E3 and be like, because I want it to be polished and great.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If it is Superman, then the next Gamescast, the week when we're back here, we're doing champagne, and I'm just going to talk it through. Like, here's what my pitch would have
I
been.
love that.
Because I wanted the video to be produced and have B-roll, and then like,
But you gotta just do
nobody
it, man.
fucking watches our videos. It doesn't matter. We're only making it for the same 30,000 best friends. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'll just talk
I'm
it
in.
through.
I'm in.
There. I love it.
Jared, Microsoft number 1.
Microsoft number 1. This is wishful thinking on Jared's part, but somebody, a Crimson Skies sequel or spinoff.
Oh man, yes,
That's what I want.
Please. That is such a good idea because that is the type of shit that is just speaking to gamers, and that gives me an excuse to bust out my Xbox One for an Xbox One game.
Yep. Get out there, play online with your friends, jump in, have it be beautiful, great single player, great multiplayer. In my ideal universe, it's Crimson Stars. It's a Crimson Skies aesthetic
Holy
themed
shit.
space combat game.
Hire this man.
That's cool.
That's
cool.
what I want. It's Crimson Stars. It's still got that kind of neat vibe feel that Crimson Skies did, but you're doing space combat.
Oh my god, I love it. I really love it.
Yeah,
That
highly
sounds awesome.
accessible arcade style multiplayer and single player space combat.
Now I'm gonna go with an easy one, but I'm gonna add the fucking asterisk that
Sure.
makes it very hard. But I think it's gonna happen.
So this is like you're just shooting a 3-pointer. No one's paying attention to you. Be like, you know what? I'll put a blindfold on to do it.
No, it's just me shooting a 2-pointer.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
This is you trying to lay up a basket. Got it.
Crackdown 3, we get a release date.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mark that one off.
But my thing is, obviously on Game Pass, and not necessarily available now, because I don't think that's the wisest decision, but available within a week of E3.
So not 2024.
No. Within a week of E3, Crackdown 3 on Game Pass.
I'm glad you did that. I have 8 things for Microsoft.
Yeah,
so like
Microsoft's
I want to
the
give them
most I
some.
have.
I want to give some prime time. So I'll just throw this as a bet to you.
Yeah.
They don't talk about Crackdown 3 at all.
No.
They don't say on that in that entire conference one fucking word about Crackdown 3.
Oh, shit.
That is what I had down as a possible, hey, have it on the roster.
I almost prefer that. That would be awesome.
They just want to talk about everything they have release dates, have concrete partnerships, yada, yada, and then just take it on the chin afterwards. Of like,
Crackdown?
we gave you Rocksteady, we gave you Halo, we gave you whatever, we gave you this, and then everybody be like, yo, it was an amazing conference. Did anyone else notice Holy shit, yeah, they didn't talk about Crackdown, fuck. And then Fucking Aaron Greenberg has to answer it on an IGN live show. Like, yeah, Crackdown, we're still working on it. We've gone back to that
that's
thing.
awesome.
We brought in Terry Crews. Turns out he doesn't have a game design degree.
My dream and my hope is that after all of this, Crackdown 3 comes out and it's actually good.
God, it's 10 out of 10. Everyone's like,
it's
you
like
have
beautiful.
to play this fucking game.
Crackdown is one of my all-time favorite
Crackdown was
video
great.
games.
Oh my God, yeah.
I love it. Absolutely adore it.
Oh, sorry.
All right,
it's back
what's
to
your
me.
prediction?
This is fun.
This is real
Yeah,
good.
this is great.
Oh, I got a lot of bangers here.
All right, what you got?
So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to just dip back into the well because I know it matters to one very specific person out there.
Uh-oh.
My second prediction for
Oh
Xbox.
my God. No.
A new partnership is announced. From Software announces Armored Core exclusive to Xbox.
Yes.
Sony's got Bloodborne. We got Armored Core. Here it is, and it looks fucking rad.
Oh, that is
More cyan explodes somewhere.
That's real good.
That's
But it
beautiful.
works, right? And
Yes,
what
it
they
does.
need. We
Yeah.
need exclusives.
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
reasons. Here's
Yeah.
a hardcore gamer game that
Yeah.
people want to get out.
Now, I don't want to jump ahead, and if this is one of your predictions, you can stop me. I'm not too into the From Software world, so I don't know much, but the Shadows Die Twice. Is that
Yeah,
anyone's
yeah.
prediction at all?
It's not on mine now.
Okay.
I have. You can go with it. Don't worry.
I just want to talk about it for a
Sure.
second. Where's that going to be? Is it going to be here?
Maybe. One of my PlayStation one, I do have Bloodborne fucking 2. That's one of my 11 predictions. So I don't mind just throwing that out there, not saying it's a real prediction, but I could see that happening. You know what I mean? From Software, we know they're working on a bunch of different stuff. We know they said that. Yeah. I mean, that was their thing at the beginning of the year. Someone asked them about Armored Core. And they were like, we're not done with Armored Core, but we have nothing to announce right now. Maybe, hopefully we'll have something soon.
Yeah.
All right. This is a pretty safe one, but I'm doing it anyway because it's something I care about. We get a release date for Ori 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A game that was shown off last year, but we don't have a date for. I realize that's a real safe one, but I'm looking forward to that more than most
Now,
games.
here's the thing. If you want to, not to tempt you out of your points here, Jared,
Damn.
but for the fun, what's the date?
What's the date?
Month.
November.
September.
Yeah, you like September
I like
better?
September.
Or
yeah.
is it September game?
Okay.
Maybe August.
I'm good with that.
Maybe now on Game Pass.
No, I think.
And I don't mean now at E3. I mean like right now. Look at Game Pass. Is it?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of polish goes into that. I'm just saying November, but I'm literally just pulling that out of my butt. I
Yeah.
haven't given
Aren't we
it a
pulling all
thought.
this out of our asses?
That's true.
So, I have two related to this franchise that I'm going to separate into two separate things here.
Wow, what a fucking.
But I'm going to fucking take this from the top. Halo is there.
Oh.
It is the next game. It is not called Halo 6. And I'm not saying Halo 6 : something. I'm saying it's Halo : something. It's just Halo. It's
Combat devolved.
Oh shit! Modern
Dinosaurs.
combat. But yeah, I think we're gonna see the next proper Halo game,
That's on my list.
and it will not be 6. That's my
When you say
Trying to
proper
lose
Halo
points.
game, you mean like ODST, Reach, like
yeah. I'll even
Yeah.
count those, but like honestly, like I want to go a step further than that.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it is what Halo 6 would have been. So like I think even more than ODST. I'll count Reach because
Yeah.
those are kind of different.
Yeah.
ODST is more of a spin-off. Reach does feel like more of a proper Halo
I
title.
get that. Well, yeah, Reach, you're actually more in that Spartan world.
So I'm going to say in that style, but like it is the next core Halo game.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because they're going to want to save Halo 6's title, if at all possible, for the next-gen hardware. And yet they also need to get a Halo game out. So calling it Halo : something allows them to do something high-profile with a core franchise and still save the launch oomph or near launch window oomph for a next-gen game. I agree.
Was that 2 for Microsoft? Or
That
3?
is correct.
That is
That was
correct.
your, that
That
was
was
your
your
second.
second
Yeah, okay.
Number 3, Greg, go.
Well,
Wait, no, that was number
that was his number 2.
2. Yes,
Yeah, 'cause this is
you're
my
right.
number
You're right.
3.
I'm confused.
Shut up, Jared.
Yeah, fair.
Again, I got a lot of interesting things on here. So I'm interested to see what I say.
I mean, I love Microsoft is the most interesting it's ever been to me, ever, in any of the E3s.
I think the doors are wide open. I
Yeah,
think that they
anything can happen.
Right now, they're just looking for ways to make splashes. I think that means that they lean into old stuff a lot. I think that means that they lean into popular stuff a lot. And I think that means they try to attract third parties.
You're right.
They want to
Fucking just take.
I think I
roll
got-
the
I-
dice.
I
Give me
got
a
my-
big one, Greg.
A big one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, these are all fairly big in their own way. This one I find, even as me as a fan of the franchise, not exciting, but the more maybe I talk about it, the more it gets interesting.
What do we got? What do we got?
Capcom reveals a new Dead Rising. It's a
Ah.
reboot. No Frank West. There's no gameplay. It's a new female protagonist.
Fran East.
Fran East.
Okay, there we go.
But I feel like Dead Rising 4 was good. Dead Rising, another game that was not played because again, it seemed played out at that point.
And it was good.
Great.
great.
Exactly. No, that's a great way to put it. Is like, yeah, you can't do that anymore in this day and age. So I think they already said they closed the Street Fighter Pocket Studio, right? Or moved that team over.
I don't know.
They closed one of their mobile games and to move that to Dead Rising to focus on Dead Rising, they said. And I feel like they know that Dead Rising still matters. And it's what you're talking about, right? Or what we just said of like they need to go back to old things and make them new again and make them matter. And I think bringing in Dead Rising and not losing all the comedy of it, but not having it be as slapstick as Dead Rising is. Going back not to make it gritty, but harder again, if that makes sense. As a Dead Rising fan,
Yeah,
like
less
Dead
arcadey.
Rising 1 was so like, fuck, there's a psycho up there, and I don't know how to beat him. I keep dying. Dead Rising 4 was literally like, I'm just running up to shit, killing it. Great. Oh, yeah, it's fucking... And it was like, I don't want to go back to Willamette. Just reboot everything. I think they have something there.
Okay.
I think my next one is one of the more pragmatic and grounded possibilities. I think we'll see a trailer for Age of Empires.
I'm very happy we have you on this show, Jared.
Yeah?
Okay.
Because no one else would ever say that.
Yeah. I think we'll see a trailer for Age of Empires.
You don't think it'll slow down? Like
What?
everything that's happening, Age of Empires?
What do you mean?
Like Microsoft's on a roll. They're showing all these crazy games that are like appeal to a mass audience, and then Age of Empires
I
not.
think that any Age of Empires Microsoft chooses to show will be designed to appeal to a mass audience.
Okay,
At least
that's
in
fair.
that setting.
That's fair. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Age of Empires still carries a lot of weight with people and could be reintroduced to a new generation as something far more accessible.
Okay.
I'm not even entirely sure it would be what we would think of off the top of our heads
Age
as an
of Empires.
RTS. Yeah. It could be, but it's very hard to do console RTSs. But the ones that have been optimized for it are pretty darn rad. And you think about Pikmin, for example, and how well Pikmin takes that interface and finds ways to take a controller and make it feel sort of like a real-time strategy game and sort of like an adventure game. You could do something very similar with Age. You could also just make it a different kind of game.
So like I said, another in the same franchise. So more Halo here. And this one's kind of a out there thing.
For the record, when I do the Halo song there,
Yeah.
what I'm doing is The Little Mermaid. I don't know the real Halo.
Oh, no, trust me. I know the difference. Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not quite. It's like,
Yeah, but I'm doing it more. I know that Halo has a and I'm just going with it, but then I immediately go to Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
You know what's a great rendering of the Halo theme song is the
Those dudes in the shower. I saw it on Reddit.
No, it's
Moiler
that Atari
remix?
2600 port
Okay.
that has it rendered on like that TIA chip.
Sure,
It's
sure, sure.
amazing. It's a really good version.
Okay.
So since mine's kind of out there, I'm going to have a if not then.
Okay.
So I'm covered my bases a little bit here, but it's going to be fun. There will be a focus on Halo Master Chief Collection.
Okay.
And there's going to be a huge obstacle in front of them trying to get that message to us in a way that doesn't insult us for that game being so old. But they're like, the Xbox One X enhancements are out. The patches they're coming at least. Like, here's what it looks like. Here's what it's doing. And so it's on game. We know it's coming to Game Pass. We're adding a Battle Royale mode. And I think that's the way that they're like, Master Chief Collection is relevant again.
Okay. That is very interesting because you've been saying Halo Battle Royale for a while now.
And they need, like...
How do you reintroduce and get people who bought Master Chief Collection to think it's not garbage and play
And
it?
also get people to get Game Pass to get it that didn't have it originally. And I think that they really need to focus on Master Chief Collection in some ways because they're putting so much effort into it. And there is a great game there that is just so fundamentally flawed. Now, my thing is, if not, then we're going to see a Gears Battle Royale game.
It is a very clever approach to it. I mean, that's a really neat way to think about it. Whenever I try to imagine a Halo Battle Royale, I try to imagine the walls coming in and I just see like an endless wall of arbiters with laser swords, like gradually closing in on me.
It's funny you say
Fight for our
that.
amusement.
It's funny you say that. I have a similar but different vision of it, which is it's the flood.
Oh, I love that.
Like the flood coming in, like and you just get overwhelmed by
That's
it.
really
It'd be
good.
fucking
yeah,
rad.
that's really good. I like that.
I want it to happen.
That's a neat idea.
I think it's too out there though. Like that's too perfect world scenario. But like fuck it.
It's E3 and it's the year of
E3,
dreams.
dude, decade of dreams. And I just want them to give me the Halo I want.
You ready for me?
Yes.
This is an easy layup. I think it's predictable. I think it'll have to do something. I think Microsoft's going to want to show a bunch of cool shit, and here's games you can play and get a big pop and all this stuff.
All right.
The Walking Dead, the final season trailer drops here.
Oh.
Not super exciting. Well, it is because I want to see what the trailer looks like. But I don't think it's like mind-bendingly, but I think that would be like a cool thing of like from our friends at Telltale, it's time for Clem's story to end. You know, we've all been on this ride for a while.
Life is Strange was shown at Microsoft last year, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
Before
okay.
the storm.
Okay, then I can buy this.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? It's
Yeah,
like, hey,
they do show those type of games.
Yeah. Oh,
like
what do you
that.
mean by those type of games, huh?
Smaller A titles.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that actually makes a pretty good segue to mine. Because I think, as I said earlier, that Microsoft does want to titillate the cockles of our heart a little bit and go back to those things that we remember oh so fondly. An easy win for them here. As Switch becomes the place we associate with independent games, Microsoft decides to spend just a tiny bit of their press conference coming out and rededicating themselves to emphasis on indie creators, including a streamlined process for creating and submitting games to be downloadable on Xbox, highlighted by a Microsoft exclusive new version of GeoWars. GeoWars Returns. Something to touch those 360 memories oh so warmly and to highlight that. Maybe a 99-cent game that pops in. It's like, hey, here's a new GeoWars game. It's awesome. It's
Is it available now?
You remember loving that. And no, I don't think it's available.
Okay.
now. I think they give you a date. But hey, we're going to open these doors, open these floodgates. Anybody who wants to make an Xbox game, we're not just going to make it easy for you to submit them. We're going to open the door to single creators again, make that even easier. And we're going to have better ways to highlight and market your creations than you had before.
Interesting.
I think that's an odd one, but I think that they could make a play in that area.
See, odd, sure. We don't think anymore. E3 and big AAA and all these announcements and trailers and shit. Microsoft, so far, their whole cornerstone of where they're at right now is services.
Yep.
Coming out and being the best
Yeah.
at services.
Yep.
So for them to come out again and be like, yep, you know what? Like, not that we took our eye off the ball, but like 360, Xbox Arcade, like that, or Xbox Live Arcade, that made us who we were. And we have, lost sight of that. So we are bringing back this program.
Yeah.
Summer of Arcade is starting again. Here's all these.
Oh,
Exactly.
see,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Right,
If
that's
they-
the kind of stuff I'm thinking about. Is arcade, and then also, hey, for the guys that I made a game with zombies in it. You guys can just go sit at home on your PC and make it.
That's solid.
Man, that game was fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
And also, Microsoft doesn't have a PSX, so
True.
it's like
Yeah.
that. If they were to do something like this, it might be here. Unlike Sony, who's not going to announce name changes at their conference. You know what I mean?
Or will they? They won't.
Mine is, and again, an easy one, but I'm going to take a risky bet.
Oh!
A risky prediction. Cyberpunk 2077 trailer. But my bet is it won't just be CG stuff.
Okay.
And now here's the modifier I got. I think we'll see gameplay, but I don't think we'll see HUDs.
Okay. So like the character walking, we're spinning the thing around.
Yeah,
him or her.
exactly. It's like it's
Is it
going to
doing
be
that cool thing I was like when they do that and they spin and then but it's all changing
and like
It's just the character's standing still.
the
Like,
Solid
where
Snake,
will
Metal
you
Gear
go?
Solid 5 thing. Yeah, something like that. But like we will see quote unquote gameplay in it.
Bet. On one of my 11 PlayStation predictions, I think Cyberpunk 2077 shows up at PlayStation.
Ooh.
I think when you're I think we are PlayStation. We are on top. We have nearly 80 million units in circulation right now on this PlayStation 4, and that's why from earlier, Avengers. Yeah, Avengers is a big deal. We have Spider-Man. We don't want to take away from a first party. We don't want to have something that's already been seen at Square somewhere before. You don't even have gameplay. We're going to pass on that. Cyberpunk 2077, everybody's fucking jazzed about this game. Everybody will be incredibly excited. This lines up perfectly with what PlayStation is in terms of our breadth of content and product lineup.
Interesting. I'm going to go pee. Do you want another one, Greg?
I would love another one. Put a lime in it, please.
May I please have a delightful LaCroix, if you don't mind?
While you're gone, I will not move on and pick my fifth one. Instead,
Instead,
Jared, favorite E3 memory.
Personally, that would be E3 2012, where as a contestant in a IGN contest, I won a trip to E3, met two friends there, both of whom ended up working at IGN. Along
Miyamoto?
with me. Not Miyamoto and Koji Igarashi.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they were all there.
Both Tennessee boys.
No, Chris Abbott and Ryan Palmer, the two winners of that contest, and I were all in the same hotel together, all came there together. All three of us eventually ended up working at IGN after that.
That's awesome.
We were all starstruck fans, and we treated that trip with great seriousness. We were there as community correspondents, and we had these IGN badges, and nobody knew the difference, so we didn't bluff our way into things at all, but people would see it and would talk to us.
Sure.
And we recorded podcasts and we did interviews and we went home and wrote articles at night and put them up for the community, and we treated it seriously and made a lot of the connections that ultimately led us to being a part of IGN. But the raw excitement of being in this world.
Yeah.
I'd been a freelancer for a long time before that, but I was just suddenly immersed in the pageantry and chintz and horror and wonder that is E3.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. What about you? What's your favorite E3 memory?
I forget the year now because I'm really bad at that. It all runs together. But we had landed in LA, and it would have been, I'll say 2014 E3, maybe 2013, but I think 2014 probably. Maybe 2013. Whatever. We had landed in LA. We were in the car on the way to the hotel, and my phone rang, and it was Sony PR. I had a Sony PR. And I answered it. She's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hey, we're doing this thing in the press conference tomorrow. Do you care if we put up a photo of you and Shu? And I was like, nah, it's totally fine. And I'm like, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's totally fine. Okay, great. And I thought, in my head, like, I don't know what this is, a new media manager for the PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like how PS3, you do the talking about PlayStation 4, they do some new photo thing or whatever, and thinking it would be one of thousands of photos up there, right? And then not only telling, like, I think Colin and Goldfarb or whatever, because we were in the same car. And then you jump to us in the war room watching the PlayStation conference, taking notes, and Shu comes out on stage and he starts talking and he's like, yeah, with the rise of social media, like, I'm kind of the face of PlayStation. And like the first thing they throw up is my tweet of me, Goldfarb, and Colin out with Shu or whatever, and Rhodey, I think. And like, it was just, and like, it went up, and I would say I'm pretty hard to embarrass. And in the war room went fucking insane. It was louder than any reaction I'd heard to any of a game announcement before or since. And they went, and I just went completely flush red, and everybody came over and was like freaking out.
You're a lovable dude. People wanted to see that. It was well
deserved.
I
mean, like, that's the thing of like, this is such a, I know how weird it might sound if you're new or just not paying attention to or whatever. PlayStation didn't do that. PlayStation doesn't give
the Beyond moment?
Picture? Yeah. PlayStation doesn't give that to anybody else, and doesn't even acknowledge people usually outside of PlayStation. And especially at the time where maybe I'm doing Up at Noon, but I'm not that yet. I'm not this yet. We're not hosting Final Fantasy events, and like a lot of people know, you know what I mean? Like, it was a very niche thing to know who Podcast Beyond was at that point. And like, for that to happen, I was like, fuck, that's crazy.
That's rad. I love that.
So cool. Yeah. So damn
time for me?
Yeah.
Number, my fifth one. Final Xbox.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna play it safe here. Well, not safe, but I'm gonna give you one of my. I have a boring one, a unrealistic but interesting one, and then the safer one. I'm gonna give you the safer one. I think you're gonna get a trailer for Playdead's next game. I think Limbo, Inside.
Really?
It's back to what you're talking about, what we've been talking about, right?
Yeah.
A focus on indies, a focus on roots. Hey, you talk about it. Limbo came to Xbox and made it was a big deal and all this different stuff. We had Inside early as well. We're excited to show you the next thing from our friend at Playdead.
I would love that. I think it's too early.
I do too.
I would love
That's
that.
one of my
That'd be
things.
great.
Because there was like, it's something ridiculous, like 6 years between Limbo and Inside. But I feel like the team's gotten bigger. They know what they're doing, and they also Limbo came out, was a huge success, and then they milked it, not in a bad way, for a long time, putting it on different platforms, making it run.
Yeah.
I feel like the team's big enough that you can have a teaser trailer for this indie game that doesn't come out for another year and a half. Year and a half.
I feel like that's a next year thing, but I love
I can see
the
that.
idea.
Yeah, but it's another thing of like, if they have the idea and they know what it is and Microsoft wants to get behind
Totally.
it,
I think if Microsoft wants to announce as much as they possibly can this year.
then my boring ones I just want to put out that are no longer predictions. They were just extras. That Tomb Raider won't be shown here. I don't think you get anything Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's only at Square.
Okay, that's what I think too. Yeah,
Easy.
And then number 5, or well, whatever. I had number 5. Sea of Thieves will be free for a month to tie into a major expansion.
Oh.
But that was like a fun. I don't think it'll happen. But I just want to put it out there. Jared,
I'm torn. I'm torn between two here. It's hard. They're both predictions, neither of which are very likely to happen, but both of which I think would be interesting. One possibility, even though the last one was published by Square Enix, I nonetheless think that this could work very well for Microsoft. That would be a Dungeon Siege reboot announced right there.
Dungeon Siege,
Dungeon Siege, which used to be a pretty prominent series. Doesn't have a tremendous amount of name recognition, but also isn't forgotten. A trilogy of high quality action RPGs that kind of dipped into that Diablo space. It's got just the right kind of hooks that you could do some neat online stuff with it in this current marketplace. It's the kind of project I can see getting approved 4 years ago and being ready to show. And it's been about, I think, 5-6 years since the last one. I could see Microsoft snatching that up at a bargain and putting it out in front of people as, hey, by the way, here's another Xbox exclusive. But where my heart is a new Viva Pinata game.
oh my God.
And I actually think that makes perfect sense.
I do
them.
too, and I think that there's a chance at that. If Microsoft is working the way that I want them to and think they are trying to in my head, I think it makes sense.
Yeah. So that's as much as the Dungeon Siege is kind of my but my real pick, my prediction. I absolutely think there's a real chance we see a Viva Pinata game.
All right.
Yeah. The time is ripe.
Can you? Man. Wow, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I think it could happen. I don't see any reason for it not to happen.
Andrea Renee better be ready to catch Christine Steimer. She faints if that happens.
Yeah. So I got a get hyped, a prediction, and it's so easy. Like I'm just gonna say it. So it's like whatever, but I'm not gonna count this. The one that I'm not gonna count because I think that it's like, all right,
Slam dunk.
yeah, Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, yeah.
And Microsoft.
I think so.
Interesting. See, I think Mortal Kombat 11 is another one that it's not one of my things. But I think that Mortal Kombat 11 is we're king shit of fighting
we're the
games.
best.
We're king shit of consoles. You with us. We're with us. Awesome.
Yeah.
I can see that, but just I don't know. There's something about Mortal Kombat and Microsoft that feels right to me.
I think there's something about it also that they're hungry. That Microsoft is hungry. Like, what do we need to do to make this happen? Where you come over
I
here.
know that a lot of people might not think that Mortal Kombat is that big of a deal, but you know, us having been at IGN, we know that Mortal Kombat character announced trailers, every little bit of news and wikis and shit is a crazy amount of
Oh my
readership.
gosh, it's unreal how much people want to see character reveals for Mortal Kombat. First looks for that community is rabid, and those games are fun and accessible. That's the thing. I mean, we think of them as fighting game community games, but Injustice and Mortal Kombat even more transcend that fighting game community. They work very hard to make those games feel good, even if you don't know what you're doing. And so a lot of people go out there and play them.
Yeah.
I know that I like this one. I want to see maybe Phil Spencer like breaking bricks.
Oh, wow.
On
Okay.
stage.
Sure.
Do you think that we could have that?
I don't know if he would do
tests
it.
his
Tests his might.
Yeah, and just breaks them.
Throws a spear at Ed Boon's chest.
Get
over here. But for real, tell us about Mortal Kombat.
And he's just dead.
What?
My get hype would be Perfect Dark. Like I don't think that's. I don't think it's likely, but I don't think it's impossible for that to happen.
Sure.
And I feel like they can bring it back and fix it. I really do.
Oh yeah, you can fix it.
But my prediction that I'm going to make, that I do think is out there, but I'm making the prediction as my number 5. Either Microsoft will be at Nintendo's presentation, or Nintendo will be at Microsoft's press conference.
What are they be talking about?
I don't want to say anything more.
No.
I'm saying I'm going to leave that a little bit open because I feel like Smash Bros is the easy answer. Or not the easy answer, the desired answer. But it could be some weird just type of crossover, some way. I don't even know what that could
for
be.
Xbox and Switch, because that'd be a great Switch game. It's not going to
It
happen.
would.
But
That would happen.
That's not going to
But
happen.
But I know I could have counted that Nintendo or Microsoft, but my Nintendo ones are good. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Sony,
So ready to move on to PlayStation.
number 1.
Oh, I'm down to 10 here. What do I think?
I just want to say this was the hardest one for me to do.
Yeah.
Usually
they've already said so much.
Sony's like the easiest one. Now it's like fuck.
What we got here?
I want to go big to begin. I want to put it all out. I want to put a
Do
lot of
it,
chips
man.
on.
Just fucking do it.
The PlayStation press conference ends with the Horizon sequel tease.
Oh, I like that.
I think great. We have these 4 games that we're focusing on right now. We know Days Gone is coming next year. We know that Dreams is a thing that one day you'll play. Maybe you'll get that beta that was promised for a year ago. I think they do need to start laying the groundwork for what the future is. And I feel like I know I'm talking about this the teasiest of teas.
Yeah.
Are we talking about a PS5 game?
They will not confirm or deny what platform it's on.
Right.
Man, I like it.
And that's
give
the
me
thing.
It. Fucking give me it.
And I understand that seems really far out and it seems crazy. I think both Death Stranding and The Last of Us were teased very early, and we were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And now we're seeing, they were setting up the idea that this narrative, which is true, I think, but like, hey, PlayStation has all the exclusives, and they don't want to lose that momentum.
Later.
Exactly.
Now, then later.
Exactly. I hope they say that. Yeah, that's how they ended PlayStation. Now, then later. WWE's like, what the fuck? That's so similar to what we say.
Oh, I hope. That'd be so hype.
Even if it's just actually Birch VO over like the back of Aloy and like them panning the camera
And like some title.
I almost.
I don't think you get title.
Yeah,
No
or
title.
even just Horizon, like, or not. You just think nothing.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
just like character shit, and then
just fade to black and maybe just the gorilla logo. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's rad.
Sorry.
I
Jared.
also feel like
don't be
that would
sorry.
do a really
I'm
good job of elevating Gorilla to Naughty Dog status.
Hell yeah.
Of look, their name matters.
Yeah.
You should know this name.
Which is good for Sony, good for Guerrilla, good
Absolutely.
for everybody. So yeah, they want to push that message. I like that a lot. I couldn't figure out which stage to put this on.
Okay.
I almost put this on the Microsoft stage, but I'm going to go with Sony. On the Sony stage this year, new Borderlands game revealed.
Oh, Borderlands 3, huh?
Yep. Borderlands game on the Sony stage. It might work as a
Now-
Microsoft one, but I could see it making the Sony conference.
to me,
know,
I
went
think
back
if
and
it's
forth.
there, I think it's Microsoft.
I went back and forth, but in the end, I put it on the Sony stage. I might be half right with this one. But I think we see a new Borderlands this year, and I'm saying Sony, even though it might have been Microsoft.
I want to see a new Borderlands really badly.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it happening. I just feel like we're not there still.
Yeah, I still don't think it's ready yet to be revealed.
No, again,
but if it is, Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, the timing's about right.
No, timing wise, yeah. I just don't
There's
know. man.
demand. It's an interesting franchise. There's a lot you could do with it next gen.
Yeah, no, whenever it comes,
Well, not
it
next
is
gen,
going
sorry,
to
but
knock on wood be awesome.
Yeah. So I'm going to say.
And I do think PlayStation makes sense now.
Yeah.
Hey, it's got the biggest install thing. People are playing multiplayer games on it. It's not like it was with PS3 where nobody's got a headset, nobody cares, whatever. You know what I mean? All this shit. Like,
Exactly.
you are playing games over there with your friends. They are the Destiny machine. They've been branded with Destiny, right? Like, same thing.
That's why I leaned that way, because you just have such a larger install base. I understand Microsoft might money hat them onto their platform, and it would make sense. But I could totally see this going with Sony. So I'm going to put them there.
Kojima plays Death Stranding on stage.
Oh.
I feel like that would be such a we're fucking Sony, deal with it move. Because we know Death Stranding's there.
Yeah.
And if they're gonna fucking tell us that, we know we're getting a trailer.
Yeah.
That's boring.
I'll burn one here, not a bet even, but just to say it. This is not, it could have easily been one I heard.
Yeah.
It's not though. Mine was Death Stranding gets another trailer, but it's followed by an actual demo. Like, they show gameplay. They talk about how being socially connected will be a big part of the game, but they don't explain what the fuck that means.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
But my thing is, I want Kojima to be playing this game.
Is he touching the controller, or is he just playing it with his mind?
Socially connected, dude. Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows?
Stands there and plays with his mind. I like that one.
My number 2 goes like this. Now, this is an either or kind of, but stick with me. Just hear me all the way out. The Last of Us is demoed. It's whoever playing as Ellie or her mom with a jump over to the other character at the very end. They confirm, perhaps on stage, perhaps behind closed doors, that this is how the game is done, albeit more like 70% Ellie, 30% mom. 2 stories.
Ellie's mom.
Yeah. I think the woman in the trailer from that, like Laura Bailey's playing that they won't say who it is. I think she's Ellie's mom. And I think that we're getting a tale in 2 times that is somehow interwoven together. Where we're figuring out everything that went on with Ellie's mom, obviously, and the Fireflies to begin with, and Ellie's getting that story told to her somehow through us playing. Ellie's getting that story told to her, which is leading her on the path of hate, as Neil said that this is a game about hate, which then leads us to the trailer, obviously that we've seen, right? Of like, sure you want to do this, kid? And she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill them all, or whatever she says. Like, I feel like we're getting two distinct eras in this. We're playing both of them, albeit Ellie is the main focus, and we're getting the mom in limited chunks.
I like that idea.
And I think that's
that
somehow
cool.
showed here.
That's fun.
Jared.
Number 2 for Sony. Resident Evil 2 trailer shows up on stage.
That was one of mine.
Ah,
And that's a get
Hot damn.
hyped moment. It's time. It's fucking time. If it's not here, this game ain't happening.
Wow. Ever.
I don't think.
Okay.
It's been too long where we haven't heard or seen anything from this. Seeing Resident Evil 7 at Sony's conference a couple of years ago, like this, I'm like, this is the place to do it.
yeah.
Or else I'm sorry, Hubert, it ain't happening.
Tim?
Devil May Cry 5, PS4 console exclusive.
Yeah. I can see
Maybe on PC. I don't give a fuck.
Console
It won't be on
exclusive,
it.
Xbox.
Windows 10 and PS4 exclusive.
There's been too many signs, too many rumors.
I forgot about DMC in my predictions, but I totally believe that yes, it's happening this year, that it's real. But I just cannot buy that it's exclusive to PlayStation. I think it's going to be everywhere.
Exclusive.
Capcom wants that money. Me, number 3. Let's stay in the Capcom vein. Monster Hunter World's epic expansion gets a trailer. We don't, and I'm saying that like I already know it. I'm saying Monster Hunter World is going to be like, we sold fucking like crazy. Here's what the giant expansion is. Here's why you should come back. We're showing it here on PlayStation Station.
That'd be good.
You got one of mine there. Yeah.
Sorry, my baby.
No, that's all right. Number 3. A PlayStation All-Stars Racer.
I would die a happy man. I would die.
Not a
happy
fighting
motherfucking
game,
man.
a racer.
Yeah. Years ago, I think it was 2 E3s ago, I predicted that we'll get a PlayStation All-Stars game, and it wouldn't be a fighting game. It would be a kart racer.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched that 2 years ago. I watched last year.
Didn't happen.
What if they brought it out
fucking
again
die.
and it looked like it was going to be Crash Team Racing? But then it was like, and they started and it was Crash when one of his fucking goob friends, nobody knows. And then like fucking everybody comes, Sackboy's out there.
I just got chills. I got such intense chills right there.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think they could still do a fighting game. I don't think they're keen to show it the same year that Nintendo's showing Smash Brothers.
Oh God, no, that would be
yeah.
horrible.
So, but yeah, I like the idea of a racing game.
Then they just
me
buried
too,
it at the
man.
end and it's
Me
like,
too.
we're hoping you're all excited to play it soon. Sadly, it's not coming to the PlayStation 4, only to the PlayStation Vita 2. And everybody's like, what? The Patapods come out. Oh, what's happening?
We will see the new Blue Point remake on the
Oh.
PlayStation
I like that
stage.
one.
And
I didn't add anything.
I thought you were going to tell me what it is.
No. But I did say a la Shadow of the Colossus.
Sure, okay.
So we're not talking Uncharted trilogy type stuff. We're talking
I'm making a game from the ground up, but fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like a more
Twin Snakes kind of approach.
yes,
Gotcha.
yeah, Ratchet and Clank type of Blueprint.
Okay.
PS4.
Okay.
You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like, where it's like it is or even a Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy type of thing, where it's like, but it's Bluepoint. It's whatever Bluepoint's been working on. And for a while, I've been going back and forth on whether they're going to leave Sony or not for this one, but I think they'll have it.
Staying home.
Interesting one. Yeah, I hope we find out what they're working on. Where do I want to go? Number 1. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm reading them off like my next one, my 4th one.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation VR is alive and well, but it's strictly kept to the pre-show. There isn't a mention of PlayStation VR during the actual primetime PlayStation conference.
Now that's a Greg Miller ass prediction, and I love it.
I'm not even done yet.
Oh, damn.
Sure, that sounds obvious, but I mean anything. No mention from any of the third parties or indies or nothing. It's just like, cool, yeah, we have here's 4, 5, 6 PlayStation VR titles that Sid and Justin and Clements are talking about beforehand. Then they kick it over, and it's just full-on real games or whatever.
I buy that. My favorite thing about your predictions is when you're like, at least 3 minutes.
Hey, that
whatever.
PlayStation VR, at least no more, or was it no less than 5 VR games?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
It's so
crushed it.
funny. All right, Jared, number 4.
Just because it's fun. This is finally the year. Is it like the network infrastructure for changing PSN names. Why not?
At E3.
Yep. I know it's PSX, but I'm
Yeah.
going to put it there anyway. E3.
It's a blog post.
No, I think if you said that on stage, the room would go wild, and they like stuff like that. They like to show games mostly. These are game-centric
They
conferences.
do, but in the last couple, or at least last year, they don't like standing on stage.
And this is my
I
thing.
know.
This is the problem, is that I think PlayStation looks at the E3 and PSX in such different ways now. And the fact that PSX in a lot of ways is what their E3 used to be.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, when they were crushing it the most, no, they're in a different place. They don't have to do it that way. So I don't think they do it there. But the problem is, I don't think you can get to PSX after what Sean Layden told me in that interview on stage in front of everybody that still gets quoted around, right, of the elves are working on it. Like, we cannot get to PSX 2018 and there'll be, first off, either no surprise or anger that it doesn't happen. Like,
Yeah.
I think now it has to be a blog post. It has to be like they drop it off. Should they
Or-
come on like one of our shows probably and announce it?
That would be-
Should we be in the middle of the news and like, that's it? And Sean Layden's like, actually, one more thing. And he comes in with the weird
No,
microphone.
I don't think it's like that. I think what happens is you're mostly showing games. You have a couple of minutes that you come out and talk about features, because you're going to have new features you want to emphasize, whether it be some sort of new PS Plus feature, something from Octopi, something like that. And you come out and you just go ahead and put it there, and then you move on to the next game.
Sure. It's such a Jackie T moment to come out. and
It's
just be
not
like,
going to
fucking
happen. I
crush
just
it.
figured one of us needed to
It's
say
got to
it.
happen eventually.
Kevin Butler comes out.
God, can you imagine?
Oh, that'd be
All is
so-
forgiven. Kevin
so
Butler comes
fucking
out.
amazing. All right. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm trying to like revise it in my head. You know, fuck it. I'm just going.
Just
I'm
drop
going
it.
for
Drop it like it's hot.
On Sony's stage, there'll be an Activision mascot section. Spyro.
Crash.
Crash.
Okay.
The thing, Spyro doesn't need to be anywhere because I don't think there's anything that we don't know about it. And if it is, it'd be a Switch announcement. And,
He's a dragon.
and we'll see. But I can imagine them kind of using a like, oh yeah, hey, Spyro's coming, but also, and here's where my prediction comes. And this is kind of a get hyped moment, but fuck it, I'm gonna use it as a prediction and then add a get hyped moment. Prediction: a new Crash game is announced.
Oh.
Brand new.
Crash Team Racing or like Crash?
A new Crash Bandicoot game. Crash Bandicoot 4. And
Fur.
I know there's been other Crash Bandicoot Fur.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
But like that's the prediction. And
Okay.
I don't necessarily think it's that likely, but I do think if they're going to, the timing is right. Hey, you loved Crash the originals. Hey, you loved Spyro the originals, but now we're going further. It's not coming until next year, but
Okay.
we might not even see a trailer. They might do it like they did the original, the Insane Trilogy announcement. The get hype moment, obviously, Crash Team Racing. Let's fucking go, boys. I need that shit back in my life. Number 5, Greg. Sorry. Hold on. The last thing I want to say about Crash is another thing that makes me really think that there might be a new Crash game announced at PlayStation's conference is yesterday they did the PlayStation in Concert
Yeah.
series. There was this official Sony thing in London, and the only games that were featured were it was Bloodborne, it was Last of Us, it was Uncharted, it was God
Last
of War,
Guardian.
it was Last Guardian, and it was Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're feeling that Crash Bandicoot Sony love.
So we've gotten to a point where I've burned and bet a few of my, I think, better ones, right?
Yeah.
So again, I've already bet that this is where Cyberpunk shows up. This is not, that does not count as a prediction anymore.
Okay.
I said my Death Stranding thing to Tim on his thing, and I already said Blood fucking Born too. Which leaves me now with only 4 to pick from for my final one here.
Okay.
And all of them I can diffuse myself and say, no. So now it's down to 2. Let me tell you the ones I'm eliminating, not my real predictions, all right?
Okay.
One I put on here, PlayStation Plus is $9.99 now. It includes PlayStation View for your first 6 months.
Oh.
I'm not saying that's my official one. Another one I had was 3 PlayLink games are revealed during the pre-show. Not putting that on here. I guess I'm going to go this way, and this will not happen, I don't think. A proper Until Dawn sequel is announced.
Oh.
I'd love that.
Me too. So I'm
love
sure a lot of people would. I
Wow.
think it's too fast, and I think the tide is we're in a very different place with Supermassive now.
Yeah.
You want to talk about before this year, last E3, you would have been, holy fuck, these guys can do no wrong. They did Until Dawn Rush of Blood, which is a great PlayStation VR game. They got that Inpatient coming. They got Bravo Team coming. And it was like, wow, both those games were swings and misses. And I think because of that, have they had time to work on an Until Dawn real successor? And again, not a sequel to Until Dawn, but I mean a proper, it is Until Dawn. It looks amazing. You're making the choices. You're doing the thing, butterfly affecting it out.
That'd be awesome.
I'd like to imagine, and I know someone did, and I didn't actually read it, but somebody did a whole thing, maybe Polygon, somebody called out in the YouTube comments, that was, here's what's went wrong at Supermassive and why Bravo Team sucked and why Inpatient arguably sucked. I didn't like it. But I think that's what I'm going to put out there because it's more believable than my next one, which at face value, I think makes a lot of sense. But then when you get into the weeds of it, it doesn't.
Okay.
Which was going to be that P7 from Remedy is shown there. The Alan Wake guys, the Quantum Break guys, they come out and showed their game. I think at face value, that makes a lot of sense. Stick with me. This isn't meant to be offensive. The problem is, the reason I don't think it is it's being published by 505. And I just don't feel 505 changing their reputation. 505 used to be, hey, here's a bunch of fucking trash. Now they are, hey, we're putting out a last day of June and we're doing all these things. Like they're
bringing us Bloodborne.
They're bringing Bloodstained.
Bloodstained. Did I say Bloodborne? Bloodstained. I'm sorry, I said Bloodborne. Oh no.
Yeah,
no, Bloodstained.
They're bringing us Bloodstained. Exactly. They are, and like I've met those people at 2 judges weeks back to back. They're like, no, we like games and we know what we're doing. Great. I just don't think Sony's ready to have 505 on their thing because I think 505 still has that feel to it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, and nobody knows what P7 even fucking is. I think removing the 505 part because I feel like that's a weird part. It's a huge thing of like, hey, Remedy, the guys who have only been working on Xbox for fucking ever are here and they're going to show their new game. That's cool. But again, this is what I was talking about before, right? Of we're PlayStation, we're cream of the crop, we're selling the most. We don't need to bring a AA game on. And I don't know if that's what it's going to be. Haven't seen it. Don't know what it is. Love Remedy.
Did 505 do Abzu? I think they did. But I don't know for sure. I think they did Abzu. I can't believe I said Bloodborne and Bloodstained.
You're such a fucking idiot.
I know.
When you go home tonight, have Angie just slap you as hard as possible.
Ritual of the Night. I love that. I love that it's ROT. That's so good. All right.
Your last Sony one, Jared.
I love how we're all qualifying these when we get to our final one. We're all saying like 3.
Well, here's the rest of our shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's
Abzu was 505.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, and that got pretty well received on PlayStation, I think. Looking here at these last 2 staring up at me, these are both small things that I think would be fun and each have good justifications. The first is Parappa, not a huge deal here, not particularly beloved outside of a hardcore.
But iconic, though.
But iconic.
You gotta believe.
And in Japan,
You gotta believe.
Parappa was the PlayStation 1 mascot. Like Parappa was a big deal in Japan. And that's still a market that they care about, even though it's one of the smaller markets. It's home. So Sony could look at that and go, nah, wouldn't be too much work to make a new Parappa game. Not all that technically challenging. Doesn't have to be all that long. And that could be a really cool thing for us to do. So that's one possibility.
Okay.
Something you could do as a downloadable title.
Yeah.
The other, with Vita resting in peace. Now, off in the distance, with the island about to be overcome by the tidal wave as Numenor was long ago in Middle-earth.
Fucking dork.
He's a fucking nerd.
Nerd!
Loco Roco needs a home. And you know what? Playing Loco Roco on PS4 is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So of these 2, I actually think a new Loco Roco getting a little bit of a mention would make sense. And I'm going to say yes.
If that happens, I will punch through the fucking wall in anger.
Because you don't get that instead of Patapon?
Exactly. I hate Loco Rocos and Patapons. Like, we're been feuding from, we're the Hatfields and McCoys over here. We can't just be in the same room. And if they get this fucking nod when I'm still waiting, PSX.
Where's it at?
PSX, they announced
Number 2.
Oh, God, don't get me started.
I could totally see Loco Roco just popping up for a minute.
See, for me, I'm kind of fucked right now because I'm looking at my last one and I'm out. Like I said earlier, Sony, the hardest one to do this year. You already said Horizon 2. You already said Remake 2. The last thing I have here is Final Fantasy VII Remake ? I put that down. Up until this moment, I still don't know which way I'm going. Is it going to be there? Is it not going to be there? I'm going to say, because you guys sold me on the Square Enix like trying to fucking bring it at their conference, so I'm not even going to say this. I'm going to throw out some crazy shit, Greg.
Do it, brother.
Jared, you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Siphon Filter.
Oh, who's making it?
And I don't know. I mean, maybe I can get 2 points for this one with the Blue Point making it.
A Blue Point Siphon Filter game? That'd be amazing. No, that makes sense. It'd be the right time to announce it.
So I'm just going to say Siphon Filter. I'm not saying who's making it. But if it was Blue Point, I do get double the points. And I also think it could be Blue Point's first, like,
For the record, you just get both points. You don't double the points.
You
This
get double
isn't-
the blue
this
points.
isn't a double Jeopardy.
I get both points. Yeah, I get both points.
It'd be amazing.
But it could be an original game from Blue Point.
Like
Yeah.
just a brand-
Okay.
No,
Okay.
if you're
Yeah.
gonna do Siphon Filter, you don't remake it. You
Yeah.
create a brand new Siphon
Yeah.
Filter. I agree with that.
Let's
No, I mean
go.
Metal Gear has cast down its crown. There is this vast, wide open genre waiting for somebody to come in and fill the void of awesome stealth, and we don't know who that's going to be yet. I absolutely believe a few people are going to make a play for that space. Who's going to be the heir apparent to one of the most lucrative video games in history? You got to make a shot. So Siphon Filter makes more sense than most. I like that.
That would be fucking crazy.
Yeah, it would.
What if it? Now, again, not a prediction.
Yeah.
Gatorade, get
Yeah.
hype.
Does
Fucking
it,
jizz on
does
the
it
wall.
rhyme, Greg, with Brodom?
Brodom.
SOCOM? No.
No, oh God, no.
okay.
Fuck
No.
SOCOM into the ground. I'm sorry. I know the people who love SOCOM aren't even watching this because they're still playing SOCOM 2, trying to convince themselves
No,
how amazing.
I think Tenchu's more likely than SOCOM at this point.
I was gonna say this. Cool, Sony Ben, you can't do Siphon Filter because you're finally getting Days Gone
Yeah.
done and all this shit. What if it was a little tit for tat and they showed the Naughty Dog Splash logo before it, and they had done the same thing where there was two teams, like Uncharted team versus Last of Us team, and so there was the Last of Us Part 2 team that's been working on everything, and not that there was a second team that was like, you know what we want to do? We want to make a stealth fucking game. We want to reboot Siphon Filter.
A Naughty Dog.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Siphon
It was like
Filter?
it's gonna be the Jason Bourne game you should have always had.
That'd be cool.
You know what I mean? Where you're the secret agent, stealthy shit. It's gonna be like.
So you're
fucking
taking
crazy.
it too far, Greg. You're taking it too far. That's too
That's
good.
why I said Gatorade.
Too good. That's dreams.
It's
That's
my Gatorade
dreams.
dream or whatever the fuck you call
I
it.
love when we
Kevin
do this stuff.
Coelho would lose his shit
Yeah.
if a Siphon Filter game gets announced. Greg.
Yeah, it's time for Nintendo.
Time for Nintendo.
We've been drinking. I'm gonna go pee. I'm gonna get
Okay.
you another beer. Do you
Thank
need
you.
water or anything?
Yeah, I'll take
You want
another
some
water.
bourbon? Okay.
Take another water. Thank
Okay.
you. So while Greg was gone before, we were talking about favorite E3 moments. I was
Yeah.
wondering, what's your favorite E3 moment, Tim?
Dude. It's actually pretty easy for me. There's two of them, and I'm going
Okay.
to tell you them both. Both from the same E3, my first E3. Me and Alfredo both won a contest to be able to go to E3, and that's how I met Eric Hart.
Contest buddies.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's right.
From an IGN contest.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I won a contest, and of course, being the schemy little bitch that I am, I was like, I'm getting a job from this. Like, this is my one time being in the industry. I have to make this happen. And I went to the IGN booth and I asked Jessica Chobot. I was like, hey, I'm trying to get an internship. I'm at SF State for video production. I kick ass. Who do I need to talk to? And she was like, oh, this guy, Eric Hart. So I spent the rest of E3 walking around trying to find this Eric Hart. And I found him. And then I got an internship, started at IGN like 3 months later. It was great. That's not my story. My story is at that E3, when I wasn't trying to get a job, we won a PlayStation contest. So we got to go to the PlayStation conference.
Yeah.
And it was me and Alfredo and a couple of other friends. And we're sitting there watching this thing happen. And it was so fucking hype. E3 2010. So much shit happening. They announced Portal 2
Yeah.
coming to consoles
Like, holy crap.
on PlayStation. It was such a what moment. You keep going from there. Kevin Butler comes out. This motherfucker came out on stage with the giant video wall behind him, which now is normal. Back then was a beautiful thing where I'm like, I can't believe I'm experiencing this. He gave this awesome speech that you should all YouTube Kevin Butler E3. And he just gives this fucking speech about gamers. And it was so powerful and
I still
so
remember this.
fucking awesome. And I was just like, I can't believe that I'm here. And then they ended that conference with Twisted Metal.
Yep.
One of the franchises most iconic to my heart. And the game ended up being a piece of shit. But we didn't know that at the time.
No.
And they had the best trailer for it. It was live action. It was two cabbies sitting next to each other, talking about their days. Like, you know what I miss? I miss how things used to be. I miss how simple games were when it was just fun about cars hitting each other and whatever. And then they had fucking Sweet Tooth, an actual ice cream truck, drive out on stage.
Yep.
And it was so damn cool.
And that's why I love E3, because it's about hope. It's about what you want something to be. It's about possibility. Very often in life, the way things turn out to be is so much worse than we'd hoped. But there's always that initial moment of possibility where you see it could go either way and you want to believe it could go the best.
Yeah.
And E3 is built on that.
Oh my God. And it was so funny. I was such a dumb young kid back then. And all this was so new and crazy to me that, I take it all for granted now. I try not to, but I remember walking out of that conference and the first thing I did was call Kevin. And I'm like, dude, this happened, and then this happened, and then fucking Sweet Tooth came out on stage.
So that's
and
that's rad. That's beautiful.
It was awesome. But the other moment was, thank you very much. It was the year that Kinect was being shown for the first time.
Connectimals.
Yeah.
Skittles!
Fucking Skittles, dude, my boy. It was me and Alfredo, and we were in line to play Kinect.
Okay.
And we got cut.
Oh.
And I was a little upset about it until I realized who cut us.
Who cut you?
And at this, now I know who cut me. It was my boy Bill Trennan. But back then I didn't know Bill Trennan. But
You're like, who's this pencil neck son of a bitch?
he wasn't the dude that was going to play. He was saving a space for someone. That person, Shigeru Miyamoto. I lost my fucking shit. Here's Alfredo not knowing who any of these people are at all. And I was like, Fredo, this is fucking Miyamoto, dude. And the only person at E3 with security around him. All right.
Yeah.
Like there'd been a ton of celebrities there. I met Method Man, Redman, fucking George Lopez, all these people walking
George
around.
Lopez, nice.
Yeah. But Miyamoto had security. And I was like, I looked at Alfredo, and I'm telling everyone right now, I was a dumb kid.
Here we go.
I should not have done this.
Here we go.
And I do not recommend anyone ever doing this.
Oh, God, here it comes.
Especially if people have security.
Oh, dear.
But I looked at Alfredo, I'm like, I need to touch him.
So did you come up to shake his hand?
That wasn't going to be an option. So I reached, and I just touched him. And I walked away. Reached my head through the security.
Did Miyamoto even react?
Touched Miyamoto and walked away.
Were you healed?
And I tell that story to this day.
Yeah.
I have a picture. I have a picture of Miyamoto this far away from me.
Was it like touching the hem of his garment? All your ails were cleared away?
I don't know, man. It did feel good though. It did feel good, and every time I tell the story, I realize how creepy and weird it is. Yeah, not cool.
I have a similar story of when the Macho Man walked by me and I grabbed onto his little rope on his arm and he had to yank it away from me. I was in fucking second grade, Tim. You're an adult at a fucking thing. Don't grab and touch random people.
Shouldn't have done it. Should not have done it.
Have you
I was
talked
20.
with him since?
I was 20 at the time.
Have you talked with him since?
With Miyamoto?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've never had a
No.
conversation
Me
with
neither.
him. I've never. Have you, Greg?
I've never interviewed the man. We've
Yeah.
been in the same room and demo
Right.
and stuff, and I think it's been one of those, oh, hey, that's about
But
it.
you never had a chance to.
I've never
talk with him.
actually talked to him.
Yeah.
Like I don't really care too much about autographs and stuff. There are 3 things in my life that I was like, I need to get autographed before I die. One of them was my Tone Deaf Archetype CD signed by Tone Deaf. Got that done in 2007.
And now he's your personal friend?
And now he's a personal friend, which is fucking crazy. One of those things was my copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on PlayStation by Tony Hawk.
Sure.
And thanks to Tina Sanchez, I got that
Tina's
done.
the best.
That was fantastic. Number 3 is my Super Mario All-Stars Plus World Cart, the first video game I ever owned, signed by Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Haven't done it yet.
Okay.
What if he refused to sign it because Lost Levels was on there?
Or because he's like, you're that guy that touched me.
I'll never forget you.
2010. There you go. Cool Greg got both those signed things on the wall. It's Nintendo time.
Yeah.
It's for breakfast now. It's a cereal. Wow.
I'm going to come hard, fast, and with, I think, my most exciting and now I believe it the most prediction. What I'll do, and one of my main reasons for this one is I just want to watch Tim react to it, all right? This one's been bumming around up here for a while, Jared.
Okay, what you got?
There's been a game people keep fucking talking about left
Yeah.
and right all the time. People who shouldn't normally be talking about this type of game.
Uh-oh.
And so it's been sitting back there cooking, like who's going to crack the code, who's going to figure out where it's going to go. And so when we get closer and closer to E3 predictions, it's been tinkering around of like, what makes sense? Where would it go? What would I do? Blah, blah, blah. And it was one of those, I had an inkling of it to be on my roster, but maybe not be one of my top 5. You know, maybe it would just be one I'd throw out later and be whatever. Because it's like, but then today, there was one of the many things of, here's a piece of paper that has all this stuff on it, right? Did you see all these, the most recent one today?
No.
Usually these are complete bullshit. Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Next time you see one of these next E3, I guess, come around, that is like, oh my god, it's the leaked list of PlayStation games, and
Nothing has ever leaked on a piece of paper.
It's bolded and centered like this. Like, no, when you're talking about a press conference, guess what? The industry is obsessed with PowerPoint and obsessed with, and they call them decks.
A deck.
Everything has a deck. You know I'm right. You've been on the other side.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Everyone is obsessed with their deck. So if you ever see something, it's going to be slides on a page and yada yada.
Or it's going to be the jankiest spreadsheet you've ever seen. It's going to be one of those two.
Today, another one of the little leaks happened, right? But it looked like, hey, here's the information that'll be hanging above booths at Nintendo. To which took one of my roster picks enough where I'm like, you know what? I'm stupid. This is the only place this has made sense. So then what I did, Tim, is I went and did a little research.
You're drawing this out, and I like it. I'm so excited, man.
I went to the developers page, and one of their most recent tweets on May 30th was, hey, we're playtesting our new game today. Come on over. You'll have to sign NDAs. Tim Gettys.
Yeah.
My number one for Nintendo is this. Killer Queen is coming to the Switch.
Fuck you.
Oh, that'd be great.
Fuck you.
No, that's perfect.
Yep.
That is a perfect Switch game.
So if you're not...
Whoa, hold on, stop. Something leaked today with Killer Queen?
Yeah.
That is a perfect
on a console.
Switch game.
Right before this episode.
On Switch.
Right before this episode, one of those things leaked that was like, hey, this is up. And it's like, all right, what bullshit? Oh. And it's like, it says like MKT for marketing Tuesday. And then it's all the placards you'd see over TVs. And it's like, that looks pretty fucking official.
It's a
I need to see this. Can you pull this up?
Yeah. 10 Joy-Cons. You could absolutely pull it off with 10 Joy-Cons. You could play it online because you don't need voice to play it properly. It's
local
5v5.
ad hoc play. You're all playing on your own
You're all
Switch.
just there with 10 Joy-Cons. You can sit there with multiple Switches and play. There's a lot of... It's perfect for it.
For those of you that don't know, look up Killer Queen Gamescast. We talked about this years ago on the Kind of Funny Gamescast. I am a huge fan. Me and my friends, the only game that we play as much as Smash Brothers is Killer Queen when we go out and get drunk because it's only at bars. It's only at arcades.
Yeah.
Very few arcades.
And that's the thing is it's a really big arcade cabinet. It's a cruel social experiment. And so many people are talking about this in a way that no one talks about arcades like this, period, let alone in 2018.
It's a 5v5 single screen action MOBA that's far better than any of that sounds.
Dude, it's so
It's really great.
Did you play it last time when we went for Andy's birthday?
No, nobody wanted to invite me down there.
Yeah. There's 3 different ways to win. You're constantly having to cover all 3 of them. You're working with teammates while other teams are doing the same. You're screwing with each other constantly. It comes down to the wire every time. It's brilliant game making. It hasn't been ported, and Switch is the perfect home for it.
This is real.
Right?
That's all I'm saying. And it's fucking real.
And as soon as you think about it, you're like, it makes sense nowhere else.
Dude.
Yes. Yeah.
And here's a piece of evidence to that being real is the fact that that is not the Killer Queen logo, but it is the Killer Queen character's head as the new logo. And I follow Killer Queen. And get this, Greg.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those fucking weird, I can't believe this is all happening moments. Killer Queen recently changed their avatar to be pure black.
Oh.
There you go.
And I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Well, there we go.
This is exciting for all of you at home.
Yeah.
For the record, if you don't know this game, now you get to act like you know this game because when
Now,
it blows up,
dude,
it blows up.
Dude, no, here's the thing. If this game, and I'm getting worried now because things sometimes don't go my way. If this game doesn't have online, it's going to be the biggest fucking mistake of
You
all
could
time.
totally put online in it, though, because you don't need voice.
If this game gets online play.
Oh, you're right. Look, it's all black. Even their header's all black. Oh my God. It is all real.
You guys are getting a fucking get hype moment during the predictions episode.
That was that part of him. I went to the developer.
Yeah, I know. Good detective work.
Oh my God.
Ah.
I can't believe this.
I love that we're like all excited about this, and they're going to announce it on the PlayStation stage.
Or it's one of those great ones of like, this goes live on Games for Patreon tomorrow in the morning, and like at noon they're like, yeah. And like, so it gets to Monday and everybody's like, why were they so excited about this stupid thing?
Dude, I don't care.
Coming
This
to
is so.
Steam.
But if this game has online play where we can do, if there's tournaments and you can do 5-on-5 against a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The
These
party
are gonna
modes?
be, I guarantee you, the best party modes we've ever made.
To give you an idea.
Because
go ahead.
to be clear, we have to get good at it. Like,
yeah.
we would have to get good at it.
Oh,
right?
the
yeah,
party mode would be
man.
amazing.
And so, yeah,
fucking
their
addicting.
developer, Bumble Bear Games, one day ago, playtesting a new game at our office in Dumbo tonight at 7 p.m. Pizza and beer and NDA will be provided. Sign up to play tonight or anytime.
It'd be amazing.
So the cool thing, and I don't want to go on too long about this because we already have, but Killer Queen is awesome because it's 5-on-5. It's 2 arcade cabinets back to back.
Yeah.
And you go, and it's $1. You put the dollar in, and you play. The winner stays on the
Yeah.
side, and then the opponents keep coming.
Yeah.
So it's 5 players, $1. Keep going.
it's just quarter up, quarter up, quarter up. It's almost like an old fighting game, except it's team and it's super intuitive controls. I think the best way I can convey how great this is that any place there's a Killer Queen machine I've ever been, if you go to PAX and there's one there, if you go to Calex and there's one there, you can't get near it any time of day because there's 50 people gathered
So
around
this
it.
is gonna be fucking great. I
Yeah.
never thought they'd bring it to consoles. This is too good to be true. All right, sorry, Jared.
No,
what's yours?
I'd rather just talk
You
about
just
this
fucking
more.
you killed this,
Yeah,
Greg.
you did. All right, so jumping from one to the other here, I'm going to come out and say it because I think it's true. This will be the largest Smash launch roster ever. The launch roster for the new Smash Brothers will be the largest there's ever been. There will be more playable characters at launch than there have ever been before. And that'll be revealed at the conference.
Are you gonna add any more to that?
No.
Because then I'm gonna one up yo shit.
So is it better or is this your prediction?
I mean, it's a prediction, but like, I'll save some other stuff for later. Because
All right, what
whatever. I just put my Smash stuff out there.
What do you add now?
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna say it's a prediction because I have enough weird shit that I
Make it
wanted to
different?
count to make it different.
Okay.
Smash Switch gets most of the veterans shown, and yeah, it'll be the biggest roster. But we're gonna see a big chunk of who is in this game, and we're gonna be like, oh, most of the Wii U characters are here. Rest assured, including a lot of the third-party ones. Out alongside Switch Online in September, day and date. We'll see at least 3 new characters during
During the show?
E3.
Yeah, I like that.
Not necessarily the Nintendo Direct, because after the Direct, there's the Smash tournament.
Right.
I think we'll see a character there. But I said at least 3. So maybe 3 during the Direct and 1 later. I don't fucking know. But I'm going even further than this.
Uh-oh.
Ridley. Finally fucking announced.
From
Ridley.
Aliens.
No.
No.
It's Ripley, too.
From
by the way.
Metroid. Finally.
Who's Ridley from Metroid, by the way?
The
One of the two
purple-
mini bosses.
Dragon.
Oh, so like when the guy walks up and goes, remember me? That's Ripley?
No, not him. Not him.
Although you made the Alien connection, actually Ridley is named for Ridley Scott because of Alien.
There you go. Thanks.
That's
It all
why
came
they
back.
could-
It all
But
came back around to me.
Ridley finally being there. And this is where I'm like, I could lose this. I don't give a fuck because I want it so bad. We'll finally see a Western third-party character make an appearance.
And that character will be.
My
Crash
get
Bandicoot.
hyped moment, Crash Bandicoot. Greg Miller getting Rocksteady fucking Superman. Tim Gettys getting Smash Brothers with Crash.
I like that.
That's the end all be all. Shut it down. Like
Yeah,
you can't be
yeah.
more hyped than that. But that could include Rayman. That could include Steve from Minecraft. That
The
could include a
Ghostbusters.
Creeper. Or the Ghostbusters, I guess. But yeah, so that's my,
All right,
my
I like
Smash
that.
prediction.
No, you went way more specific than I did. Maybe I wasn't bold and brave enough.
Because I want to put it out there, ladies and gentlemen, that 4 or 5 years ago, I made a prediction before E3 of what characters are going to be announced in Smash. I made 3 predictions, and I got all of them right.
All of them right. Yeah.
All of them right.
Man.
So
Smash
that's why-
predictions be fun.
I got to will Ridley into existence.
I think I said this earlier, so I'll staple this onto mine. I really do think the Rabbids are in it. So
Okay.
I'll staple this to that one, then I'm going to make a specific character prediction.
Okay.
The Rabbids are in the game. Or a Rabbid is in the game.
Should I burn my character prediction as just a bet here?
Yeah.
Just a bet then.
Yeah.
I'm saying, Minecraft Steve is in Smash, and I think Phil Spencer announces it.
Okay, so Steve, Rabbids.
Well, so that's the thing. The Crash is what I want. Steve, I honestly think is a safer bet. I don't think it's a safe bet to be in the game. I think it's a safer bet if there is Western third parties, because that goes into what I was saying earlier about Microsoft and Nintendo being at each other's things. I think that.
Yeah, you said it. I almost said it there, but I was like, I almost said it.
that's what it
Steve
would
is
be.
a superb third party character. I mean,
Yeah,
it's almost
totally.
perfect for
But
him.
my thing is, I think it's almost as likely for it to be a creeper than Steve.
Oh,
Huh.
yeah, the creeper special moves would be interesting.
But but like you figure Steve has the shovel and the pickaxe and this. He can
Weapons.
Maybe alternate
build
costumes.
something, pass something over. No, they're different people, you moron. If you'd ever play,
Well, I
if you'd ever
understand
play
that,
Minecraft,
but so is fucking the Koopa kids.
Steve's
No, they aren't. That's
inherently
why they're there.
reskinnable.
They're
I do
waste of
think
spaces.
I do think Steve's more likely because you can
Talk shit
reskin
about Wendy.
Steve. Like you could have different costumes
Yeah.
for Steve. That'd be harder to do with a creeper. And a creeper doesn't really do a lot, but wander
They
around and blow up.
all you do is go.
I mean, they can come, I'm sure they're very creative. They might come.
Yeah, I
mean,
know,
They
they do something cool.
Jigglypuff is a ball of pink goo, and they find things for him to do.
That's true.
So, or her, or whatever Jigglypuff is. They.
He's one of the
There's
many
male and female
abominations and
Jigglypuffs,
wastes
but-
of spaces in Smash Brothers. That should just be Dry Bones, and Dry Bones with a bow, and Dry Bones with sunglasses.
And
Dry
her nice
Bones
little
with a
hat.
tiki glass.
Little Paula hat.
My turn.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's called a Paula hat?
Yeah.
Like Paula, Kevin's wife?
Paula Coelho, yeah.
Yeah, just make sure. Okay. Well, here it comes.
Hit me with it.
We've had a lot of fun here so far. Here comes the bucket of ice water on you, Tim Gettys.
All right.
Smash Brothers is coming out, quote unquote, this winter. It's not day and date with the online service. It's not even a hard 2018. Winter. Period. Back away. I'm just letting you know.
mean.
Dude, hey, that's a prediction, and I hate you for it because I don't
But you
want
respect it.
But I respect the fact
Yeah.
that there'll be some fun little back and forth
Yeah.
going
I
on.
think they don't do that because they want to be able to roll out character reveals, and they want us to have a schedule where we're anticipating a character reveal every week.
Ooh, I don't think
And
so,
I think you're
dude.
gonna
I don't
think
think
we're going
so. I don't think so.
Okay.
I feel, and like we're now getting into a side conversation, I feel like we're going to see new characters at E3. I don't think that we'll see many more new characters until the game's out. I think they're going to be hidden after that.
Oh no, I think a fighting game you want to reveal people week by week by week. That's way too proven a model to forsake. It just builds and builds and builds excitement.
No.
I think of what we were talking about earlier about the Mortal Kombat.
You're right.
when we
Yeah,
were
I
getting
know.
I think
It's
about
just
Melee.
we're so close
Remember when
to this.
Melee was releasing? Like of all of them, I think that's the one people got most hyped about.
Brawl.
Like,
Brawl was.
Yeah, Brawl was huge, wasn't it?
Melee didn't have that tight. Melee had a tight turnaround from E3
Yeah,
to
that's true.
December.
Brawl did have that huge rollout, didn't it? You're right.
So,
Hi, Kevin.
What's up, Kevin Coelho?
How's it going?
Oh,
all right. I hate you, Greg. That better not be true. And the reason I think that's not true is as I'm looking at my other predictions, I'm starting to see Nintendo's kind of lineup. And with what Nintendo's been trying to do with the Switch is have the one per month big game type situation from their first parties, unless they're giving it to a third party to have something. So I feel like Smash has to be September.
Okay. Good. I hope so. I'm not doing this because I hate.
I could see it as a winter game, but I don't think they'd just say winter. I think they'll give us a date, one way or the other.
We'll know soon enough.
Indeed. Number 2, I think we see a new Rhythm Heaven game.
Huh.
Yep. I think we see a new Rhythm Heaven game. Probably for Switch. A lot of fun.
I ain't hating it.
Yep. All right. Rhythm Heaven works as a Switch game.
Working backwards from that a little bit. Things never work this way. We're always like, there's this game announced with this character, and then it's also in Smash or whatever it is, right? Like I predicted years ago, Devil May Cry 5 is going to be shown, and Marvel's Capcom Infinite, and whatever. Rhythm Heaven characters were cut from Brawl. There's character data in the data
Right,
mines of
that's
it.
right.
So the Chorus Kids, a new Rhythm Heaven God, I
Rhythm
can't say
Heaven
that.
game?
Yes.
I think
And then Chorus Kids in Smash. I think Chorus Kids will be in Smash. I do not think it'll be announced to the C3. But you saying Rhythm Heaven, I'm not going to say that anymore. Makes a lot of sense.
Rhythm Heaven there, sure, I can see that. I could even see Rhythm Heaven coming as a mobile game, and then them releasing those characters in Smash. I think it's more likely the characters are in Smash if they do it as a mobile game than if it's a Switch game. To be honest with you,
No, dude, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
I just don't know that we'll see mobile games in this E3
I
for
don't know
Nintendo.
either. I'm not entirely sure we would, but I
But-
can still see this. As a Switch
Okay,
game.
yeah.
I just think it'd be fun, and yes, I think it's possible those kids show. I mean, there'd be fun characters. The data was cut. They've still got stuff to work with.
Huh. Okay, I like it.
I think it's a fun one. Yeah, why not? And I love Rhythm Heaven. So
We will see Metroid Prime 4.
Ooh.
yeah,
It is being made by Bandai Namco. But it will not be called Metroid Prime 4.
Oh,
When you say we see it, gameplay trailer, just a trailer, CG.
Don't want to say anything more.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
But my thing is, it'll get a name that's not Metroid Prime 4. And once again, like my Halo prediction, I'm not saying Metroid Prime 4 : whatever. I'm saying 4 is not going to be in the title.
Miyamoto rolls out in a ball and stands up. It's just rolls back to a little ball man, drops some bombs.
Drops a bomb.
Rolls away.
Calls the day. But yeah, I think we're finally going to get that Bandai Namco kind of confirmation and whatever we're going forward with this.
Time for my annual prediction for Nintendo that has won me a point every time I've ever done it. Nintendo will announce, quote unquote, a dumb partnership with another business. I forget what it was last year, but I got the point. They came out and said something stupid with somebody. The joke I made at last year's E3 predictions was Burger King or something dumb like that. But it wasn't that. They came out. I forget what it was that happened. I got the point.
You know what? Sneaking for Switch. I want
that would be dope. That's brilliant.
Play that.
That's brilliant.
I forgot. I don't know what it was last year, but
I'll look. You can continue on. I'll figure out. I'll try to rack my brain here to come up with it.
Depends. That'll
Depends.
Depends. The diaper brand for adults.
Yeah.
go for it, Jared.
Number 3, an Atlas collaboration.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nintendo loves its Atlas collaborations.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Persona?
And if
Shin
so,
Megami
is
Tensei?
it going to be Persona 5?
No.
I
Persona
don't know
5
what it's going to
Red?
be.
Something like that,
Crimson?
yeah.
I'm not going to go more specific than Nintendo
Okay.
reveals an Atlas collaboration.
I like that.
Do you think fuck? What's the? I talk about it every so often on the show. The Wii U JRPG.
Fire Emblem.
No, fuck
Sharp.
off. The one everybody liked and I should have played.
That's
It was
what I
also
said.
set in high school.
Yeah.
No, what is
It is.
Fire Emblem? What?
Hashtag FE.
You're talking about FE?
Faye?
No,
V?
no.
Yes.
No.
I
there was
guarantee you
another
it
one.
is. I
Oh.
guarantee you. It's the Shin
Tokyo
Megami
Mirage? Are we
Tensei.
talking Tokyo Mirage?
Tokyo Mirage?
Sessions?
Tokyo Mirage Senses.
That's
That's
the same
one,
game.
yeah.
It's a Fire Emblem game, Greg.
No, nobody would ever recommend to me a Fire Emblem game. They know how I feel about these people.
It is.
No, I can't believe that.
That's
Hence
why
the
it's the
hashtag
hashtag FE.
Where's the hashtag in Tokyo Mirage Sessions?
The name of the game is Tokyo Mirage Sessions hashtag FE.
Jared, don't take his side just because he's talking to you.
Well, it is the name of the game.
I was so mad that they went the Shin Megami route instead of the Fire Emblem route for that collaboration.
Oh.
Because when they first had the debut trailer for it, that ain't what it looked like. It looked like a Fire Emblem game.
I remember.
Exciting. I'm going to jump ahead to this one. Star Fox Grand Prix is real.
Ooh.
That's not a fun bet, though.
I
Prediction.
believe.
That's not a fun
I
prediction.
believe. I
The
think that's
prediction
real good.
that I'm going to make, and again, no, fuck it. The prediction I'm making is it's going to be the best looking Switch game so far, graphically.
Huh.
It's going to wow people.
You got
It's good.
got
And
faith
again,
in that Retro Studios?
Again, it's a Switch game, so I'm not saying it's going to look better than a PS4 game.
Sure. But for a Switch.
I'm saying it's going to be like, damn, that looks fucking good. And this is a weird modifier. It's going to be a Tim Dream game. This is going to make me look and be like, they're making Star Fox fucking good.
Okay.
This is the sequel to 64 that I wish we got. At least, not sequel, successor to 64 that I wish
What
we
do you
got.
think is the best looking game on Switch right now? Like when you play a Switch game, what are you comparing it to?
I mean, Odyssey's up there.
Yeah, Odyssey's a really pretty game. Odyssey's pretty. Mario Kart 8 is still beautiful, even
Dude,
after
Mario
all these
Kart
years.
8's great. Yeah, but like,
Garage.
I'm going to say Odyssey. I'm going to say it looks better than Odyssey.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I really do believe that's real. God, I hope it's the whole shoot things to go faster. I want that so badly. Like a combat racer.
Yeah, man.
Number 4. I mean, I'm going to slam dunk it right here. I mean, it's another one we've been saying forever. Fortnite.
It's
Fortnite
happening.
is official.
It's
There it is.
happening.
Fortnite's there. Congratulations, everybody. Fortnite's
Yeah.
finally happened. If it can run on a phone, it can run on a Switch.
And more importantly, the thing you just showed me.
Also,
Like-
the Fortnite logo is on the thing I just showed you, but that's not. I didn't need a push on that one.
Oh, I
didn't-
know, but,
yeah.
but that's, to me, it's like, oh, confirmation.
Yeah.
This is another one of those 4 Switch things. Probably not the most exciting, but something I'd like to see. Katamari for Switch.
Ooh.
A Katamari game for Switch. Yep. I think it's a good fit. That game was, you got that 2-stick control there on the Switch. Worked really, really well. It was always going to be a well-suited game for a handheld anyway.
I've never played a Katamari game.
Oh, man. Yeah.
My understanding is that that's a PlayStation thing. Is that incorrect?
No, it's been on there's been Xbox Katamari.
Oh, okay.
There's been
Okay.
mobile too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never played.
That'd be a really good one.
Yeah,
that'd be
I
a good
think it's a
fit.
good
Yeah. Why don't we get a Nobi Boy 2 while we're at it? I can eat the credits.
By the way, if you haven't played Katamari, friends out there, that's still worth going back and playing. And a new Katamari game would be spectacular. It'd be a good fit for the Switch.
So these two predictions alone wouldn't be fun. So I'm going to add them together.
So this is
as
two predictions make
prediction.
one. When two become one.
Thank you for that. Yoshi
The Yosh.
is given a final name, and
He's given a final name?
the game that's been known as Yoshi.
Thank you.
Okay, I was going to say, not
I thought they were going to be like, you've known him as Yoshi for 2 decades. His real name's
we,
Rob.
it's been a long time since we've seen it. It's just Yoshi for Switch.
Okay.
It's going to get a final name and an August release date,
Ooh, August.
which then tees up nicely to September for my boy Smash Bros. And Fire Emblem will be shown for December.
Ah. Okay, for December.
Just stop Fire Emblem. You know
You
what
need
I
to
mean?
fucking stop.
Give me Tokyo
And-
Mirage Sessions.
And I want to reserve this until I see it, but I have a feeling that this is going to be the one that I push you to play and that you're going to fall in love.
Okay.
I think that the first outing on Switch is going to be a huge deal. We haven't had a console Fire Emblem since Radiant Dawn on the Wii. It's been a long time.
Yep.
And those were good games.
Yep.
We got even better games on the 3DS. There's been too many of them, admittedly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
But I think that this Switch one's going to be real good.
proper
And I
console
think it's
Fire
going to be
Emblem.
December.
Neat. Nah, that makes a lot of sense. I like that pick.
My final one, huh?
Mhm.
We're left with 2. I'll give you the more interesting one. Animal Crossing Switch is announced for 2019. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp will get some new content to tide you over, and they'll promote it there. And I know what you're going to say. This is supposed to all be about 2018. Da-da-da-da. You fell for it hook, line, and sinker last year with their shit.
Yep.
Where they came out and lied to your fucking face.
Lied to my
Then Reggie pulled it out, and you're like, nom, nom, nom.
Nom,
You were
nom,
excited
nom,
to have
nom.
it. Yeah, you know what I
Metroid
mean?
Prime 4.
So there you go. Animal Crossing Switch will get officially announced for 2019. Pocket Camp will get some kind of new content to tide you over, kind of link up to it.
Okay.
My boring one that is not a prediction because I've used my 5 now is just going to be Mario Tennis Aces is going to get Rabid DLC.
Oh, I like that. We love that Rabbit DLC this year.
We do. It's all over the place.
What's your last one, Jared?
I assume we're all going to say there's not going to be a lot said about the online service yet, that they'll do their own direct for that, right?
On direct for that. I think
Yeah.
that they'll talk about it a little bit with Smash Brothers because it's launching the same day.
So I think they hold Mother 3 for that, and I think they hold Mother 4 for that at least, and maybe more. I honestly think we'll get a Mother 4 this generation. Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. If they release Mother 3, I think it's double likely. Yeah,
Yep,
that we
me
get
too.
it. As much as I want to lean into a new Box Boy game, I think we see some kind of Mario Odyssey DLC
Yeah.
rolled out at E3.
If they do that fucking Luigi Mansion, that rumor of the Luigi's Mansion world, are you
the
fucking
Sunshine
kidding
World,
me?
let's go, dude.
Nope, don't need that part.
I don't think they
do.
give us too much because I'm now firmly convinced they're working on a Mario Odyssey 2.
Yeah.
But I do
Galaxy
think they
2
might.
style?
Yeah, but I do think they might give us like one world
Yeah.
or something else to pop into. Even if it's just new features for old worlds, challenge courses, something. I think they're going to save that for a full sequel release, most of the best. But I think we get something here.
Yeah. I'm trying to pretend I don't, but I need to be. So give another memory, Greg.
It's all right. We got lots of memories. What about when it comes to press conference moments that you just watched as a fan, Greg? What just grabbed you and made you?
I always go back to again. I can't remember the years. We'll say 2013, 2012.
Okay.
Colin and I in the audience at PlayStation.
Yeah.
We're there. It's one of the final years we ever go to them. You know what I mean? Because eventually IGN was like, "Wait, this is stupid. You guys are the experts. Why not?" Or at least one of you has to stay behind and do it. But we were there, and it was when they're fucking crushing it. This is such a great press conference. Announcement after announcement. They're doing awesome. They're making it happen. What? We're going to talk about PlayStation Mobile. That's a weird choice. Okay. What's Wonderbook? We're going to spend this much time talking about Wonderbook. Oh my God. Why did we just... It was the most abrupt, full of, geez, what the fuck? Okay. And it was like 20 solid minutes of like, what is going on? Like, why are we still talking about this? And there was an awesome photo we put up on IGN or maybe the Instagram, whatever. Colin and I both being like, how is this still happening right now? And eventually they came back and they went back into more cool games, but it was like, wow, do you want to talk about losing all the momentum? And it was one of PlayStation's final traditional press conferences. Because like you remember, like, you know, when I started in 2007 and they'd come out, it would always be like, it's been a great year for PlayStation. Here's some stats. Here's some charts and bar graphs. Here's the trajectory of how we've been selling. And everybody's like, what the fuck is happening?
There was a time that some of these, you know, very early on, actually were almost press conferences instead of presentations where people ask questions.
Yeah.
You know, that happened.
Yeah.
I think my favorite E3 moment from history, I wasn't cognitive of what was happening because it was from the very first E3.
Yeah.
But it's another great Sony story, which is the year that Sega Saturn and Sony PlayStation were both going to be revealed at a time when no one knew who was going to be the winner.
Yeah.
That must sound ridiculous now.
Yeah.
But PlayStation was a really risky prospect. A consumer electronic released by a company that had a record of making terrible video games.
Yeah.
And then Sega, which had just come off the Genesis and had made a lot of pretty stellar choices, despite some behind-the-scenes stuff that was actually tearing the company apart. And Sega comes out to show the Saturn off, and it's that famous moment. You know, they come out and they're like, $399, and it's available right now. That's right. At select retailers, walk out today and get it. Everybody expected it to be months later.
Yeah.
You can go out to this retailer, this retailer, this retailer, buy one this second. They're on shelves. People freaked out, ran out. Literally hours later, you know, Sony seems to have stolen the show. And one of the PlayStation guys during the PlayStation conference goes up, you know the story. He's just got this big sheaf of papers with a speech on it. And he walks up to the mic, looks down at it, and just says, $299, and goes and sits down. They undercut their price by $100 and then just sits down. And people are like, oh, we can wait like 3 months for that.
Yeah.
And really, that was the end because Sony or Sega ticked off every retailer in the universe but those three.
Yep.
They were overpriced. They were under. It was, but that's like one of the great legendary moments. Whoever had because that wasn't scripted. Somebody had the nerve in that few hours to walk out and say, no, throw the speech away. Just walk up there and say $299.
So baller.
That's rad. I love that moment.
So good. So damn good.
Tim Gettys,
Yes.
what is your final E3 prediction for 2018?
It's an interesting one, Greg.
Oh, finally.
Yeah. Because I didn't have it until I made all the other ones.
I was going to hope you said till you went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I was hoping so.
No, until I looked at them all and saw how they kind of fell. And I'm like, oh shit, there's a big hole here that needs to be filled.
Oh, here it goes.
Because like looking at this, I was like, okay, Yoshi, August. Smash Bros, September. Nothing in October. Right? And then we had something in November. I forgot what it was. And then December. Oh, Pokemon. Pokemon's Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, November. Fire Emblem, December. They're not going to leave October open. There's no way. There's
Luigi's
no fucking way.
Mansion 3.
No.
Red Dead Redemption
We'll get
2.
something, but that's a year or two away.
Okay, good.
October needs to be big. It can't be a Mario Party. You know what I mean? It can't be something
Mario
like that.
Party would do well, though.
I can't wait for that.
Okay.
But it's not that. And it's not going to be Animal Crossing. So there's no Mario game this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that I'm like,
Mario Tennis Aces. But
yeah, but I mean, like, there's no platformer.
I know you mean. Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a little too early for Mario Maker 2 or whatever that is. I think it's too crazy to think we'll get a new Super Mario Bros. All-Stars type collection.
Oh, that'd be nuts.
So I'm going to say either a Mario Bros. New Super Mario Brothers U plus Luigi U port to the Switch.
Okay.
Or a 3D World port to the Switch.
I think 3D World
for that October spot
is much more likely because you run into some real problems trying to port U to the Switch with the touch interface being integral to the gameplay. I mean, you can't project on the screen and touch at the same time, and so much you use multiplayer is built around that. So I don't think that would work, but I do think
I feel like
3D
they'd figure out a way though.
Really? I mean,
I think we'll see. I think we'll see it on that console at some
You could do it
point.
with pointers, I guess. That'd be the only way.
I mean,
can
even
think
if they cut that stuff, but like I feel like adding the Luigi stuff, like really just kind of be like, hey, it's a Mario platform where you're gonna buy it.
I don't want to play that game without that's my favorite part of the game, but that's just me nitpicking. It is a neat prediction, and I love a 3D remaster.
So I guess
I think that's great.
to simplify my prediction, a Mario platformer, 2D or 3D, in October.
I like
Not
But that
counting
isn't new.
That isn't new.
Okay.
Not well. New Super Mario Bros.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Not counting Mario Odyssey DLC.
Okay. I like that. No, I think it's a good prediction.
I don't, and I don't think it'll happen.
I don't
you
know,
wasted a prediction, and you wasted your point.
That's my thing is I don't think that it's likely.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah, I don't think it's likely, but like they need something huge in October. They just need it. And I don't think that Smash is October.
You know what you're gonna get in October? That'll be huge. Pumpkin-colored Joy-Cons. And I'll buy them. I'll fucking buy them in a heartbeat.
I'll
If you listen
buy
to
pumpkin
Nintendo,
Joy-Cons.
I totally will take some pumpkin-colored and flavored Joy-Cons.
You know, I still haven't returned my left Joy-Con.
Jared, come on, man.
I know.
What's wrong with it?
It's a launch left Joy-Con. It doesn't work.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Straight up doesn't work.
Well, like if anything gets between it and the TV at all, it just stops working.
You wouldn't understand this problem because you, like me, Joy-Cons, if I'm using a Joy-Con, they're on the system. And if I'm not playing, I'm using a Pro Controller.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's why I bet mine are defective too. Mine's a launch.
Yeah?
Well,
Okay.
actually, I guess now Jen's is a launch, but mine's the Mario.
No, I
The
actually still
Joy-Cons.
play with the Joy-Cons a lot.
No.
An extra just thing I want to throw out there. I still think that we'll see a 3DS. Wow.
Console.
You're right.
Mario. Zelda?
Switch?
Zelda.
Link
Link's
Between
Awakening.
Worlds?
Oh,
Okay.
Link's Awakening. Link's
Yeah.
Awakening. I think Link's Awakening and Zelda Maker are about equally possible.
Oh, I think you're wrong about that.
I think Zelda Maker.
We've talked about this too many times.
Zelda
Jared.
Maker with online. I'm telling you, you can link up with other people. It's Four Swords, but online.
I mean, I
People
love
link
the
your
idea.
dungeons together.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 2018 Kind of Funny E3 predictions episode of the Kind of Funny Gamescast. I can't wait for you to join us next week during E3. See what we get right.
How would you
See what we
join
get
us
wrong.
during E3, Tim?
Oh my God, so many different ways. One of them, watch live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. We're going to be doing a little bit of pre-show and then talking over the conferences for every conference and
Except
a
PC.
post-show analysis for everything except for Devolver Digital and PC.
Okay.
So we're doing Square Enix, we're doing Ubi, we're doing Microsoft, we're doing PlayStation, we're doing Nintendo, we're doing
Nintendo.
Bethesda.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you guys during that.
There's one
I
more.
am.
EA. We're doing EA. 7 conferences.
Yeah.
The most we've ever done.
Gonna miss
How
you.
does IPAs feeling right now, Tim?
Real good. I'm not good at counting. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna do that. If you don't want to watch live, you can watch on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. We're gonna upload our talking over the conferences and our post-show analysis for each of the conferences. Plus, you can get those on podcast services. You can only get the analysis. We're not doing the talking over the conferences on those. Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
And then we go down to LA on
Going
Tuesday.
down to LA
we'll see
Tuesday
a bunch
night.
of games all Wednesday, a little bit Thursday morning, then probably stream somewhere Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, you'll see where.
Might be some fun things happening.
Maybe. And maybe
Wait,
we're back to
wasn't
back
it
with Big
announced
Jared.
already?
I don't think so. Maybe by the time
no.
this goes up.
No, not yet.
No.
We filmed all that stuff. I don't know what anybody did with it.
All right. Well,
Kevin was like, lay on the bed. I'm going to film you. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
think about it a little bit.
It has not been announced yet.
Otherwise, we love you. See you later. Thank you for watching that. You can click here to subscribe to youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. You can click there to subscribe to youtube.com/kindoffunny. You can click here to support us on Patreon, or you can click here to watch me propose to Gia.